Hey! I need to start a better way. Anyways, welcome to the Dungeon Boys. This is episode, I think, 6 of the Dungeon Boys.
We'll go with that.
Now, episode 6.
I'm really happy to have everyone here. Really happy to have
6.
everyone who is all watching this and it is rad. Let's go. First and foremost, thank you to Randy with Beast Recordings for always hosting us, and it's amazing because the audio sounds really great. And our first sponsor. Anything else? Any other announcement things? I don't think so.
It's almost
Time
here.
Oh yeah, Chris is here.
All right, yeah.
Thank God he's here.
The campaign can continue. He's returned.
He has returned.
He's here.
Do you mean you were here the entire time? Because I specifically remember Leon being.
He was pretty quiet.
I was
Leon was there.
He was there the entire time.
I was there, definitely. I wasn't doing anything else.
Uncharacteristically quiet last.
He was.
He spent a lot of time thinking.
Yeah, pondering.
Thinking man.
Those hold action.
Every action was
think.
think.
Anybody thankful for anything since Thanksgiving's 2 days away?
The fuck is Thanksgiving? Akrius.
I'm thankful.
What are you talking about?
I'm thankful for cats. I just like cats.
Meows.
Yes.
I just think of them as their little.
You just got you definitely just got 9 people to unsubscribe from
Yeah, but I got 10 cat people.
Yeah.
I got 10 cat people to subscribe. Okay, and they matter more.
These guys love cats. I'm thankful for all y'all.
Oh, I'm gonna kill your character tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I love how we're saying this, but this episode isn't gonna air for
Expressing love for
2 months, maybe.
openly.
It's gonna be January before this episode comes out.
How was your Christmas, everybody?
We'll give thanks in January, you heathens.
Don't
Okay,
wait for a singular day of the year to be thankful.
let's get into a recap. You guys are on a mission with contract to... What was that?
This is a toy.
Okay. You guys are on a mission. There is a...
Yes.
I just had a brain fart.
Mining establishment.
Mining establishment,
Was.
thank you.
Well, we don't know.
I think you should. There's a mining establishment that you guys have to go and check in on and make sure they are still up and running. You have been contracted through your adventure company that you guys work for to go in and check on this. And as a little side note, you have to stop in on some of the towns on the way there and just check in on them because they have been kind of getting attacked by these strange, weird creatures, monstrous creatures of some sort. But this was in a different continent than where you guys currently live, and the closest teleportation circle you could get into was in a place called Myriad, which you were teleported into, and after finding a few journals, you figured out that you'd have to reinstate the power in order to unlock the main entrance. And in reinstating the power, you woke up some kind of fleshy blob monster that could take the shape of other faces and stuff like that, and it pretty much chased you through the entire facility. And then at a certain point, Alessandro was just like, "No, we gotta go this way, bro, this way," and he led you guys to a part of the facility with this
Anything for love.
led you guys to a part of the facility with this big tank of water with this black gelatinous ooze floating in it. And as that broke, a creature formed out of that ooze and scared you guys probably half to death. And then it just kind of
To us.
it spoke to you guys, saying a few things, and then it just kind of osmosised out of the room through the brick wall behind it.
Yep.
Leaving a blackened skeleton behind. And as you guys walked out of there, this fleshy monster caught up to you again, and you started to do some decent combat with it. I thought you guys were gonna run, but you guys stayed and fought pretty hard. but not before it took Akrius's hand,
Left or right?
well, the flesh of his hand and the sword that was in it. And that's when I think you guys finally decided to fucking run. And you guys ran and finally got your way up to the first level, in which you were encountered by a boule and also a treant named Spriggan that helped you guys and held off this fleshy creature for a minute while you guys made your way to the front, or to the main entrance / exit. And upon exiting this building, you ran. Well, it wasn't a building. This dungeon, I guess you could say. You guys ran, and finally behind you, the power generator exploded, and pretty much like a nuclear weapon going off, threw a cloud of fire and dirt and smoke into the air, and just pieces of debris coming down around you guys. Leonore spread her wings that none of you had previously known about before, that she had. She manifested these wings, and who did you save? You grabbed
was
somebody.
The wingless bird.
Yeah.
Yeros. Yeah, you grabbed Yeros, and
Yeah, that's better.
eventually everyone got out of that. You guys took a long rest, and with Lenore's long rest, you switched to a spell to help get rid of a curse that was on Leon.
Used a good level for you.
And I think someone force-fed you some berries as well, some good berries.
Force fed.
I'm pretty sure they like
nose?
force-fed it down your throat.
We made sure you were fine.
You guys really like.
You're gonna be okay.
With my
Anyways,
stub.
How's it supposed to go?
There's a very specific funnel that we use for you.
Crepitus.
Secret tunnel.
anyways, you guys wake up after having taken a long rest, and after this exchange between you guys happened, the cloud is still smoky, and you can still see. Man, my nose. Once we start recording, it's all of a sudden like my nose itches.
That's a sign of arousal. Just FYI. You have rectile tissue in your nose.
You rectile.
Okay, you guys wake up to this pillar of smoldering smoke rising into the air, and you kind of see, like, in a ring around this place, probably about 50 yards out from you guys, you just see trees from the force wave just knocked down and roots sticking up into the air. But you are now awake after a long night of much needed rest after someone put up a Lehman's tiny hut.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
so-
we woke up and didn't Barkuell? Gurgle? Barkuell?
Gurgle.
Didn't the freaking alien man start making a weird breakfast or something like
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mushrooms and berries.
Anyways, you guys. Oh, also, one thing, I made a mistake. I said this place was east of you. You actually need to travel west. My bad.
90 more degrees. Let's roll.
What do you guys? It's up to
So-
you guys. What are you doing?
The first thing I do when Akrius wakes up
that? Sorry.
is he walks away from the tent from that. And I find like a rock that I can sit on, and I take my cape and I take my my blade, and I cut as best as I can with one arm, with one hand. I kind of lay it on the rock so I can kind of slice just a bottom piece, maybe 4 inches wide, so I can kind of make a bandage with it. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna wrap it around my stub and tighten it up with one arm.
So yeah, and you're like, what is left of your arm has actually been cauterized because I believe you cut it with like a flame sword right at the flesh where you could cauterize it too. And you take it. What color is your cape?
It's black.
So you take this black strip and you wrap it around your hand, and now you just have a an arm with no hand on it, wrapped in black. But it's quite painful still, and
Tighten it with my mouth.
it's probably going to be painful for a little bit.
So, Leonore, how'd you go about getting those wings?
Well, blame my parents.
Oh, so you're one of those blessed children.
I don't know about blessed, but I can fly. Sometimes.
What are those called, by the way? Remember, he's a bird that can't fly. Be a little gentle.
Oh.
I'll get you
Someday.
later, Alessandro. You hear in your head.
Just saying, my character sheet says outlandish, clumsily charming, and avid storyteller. So outlandish it is.
So,
We can help you fly someday.
well, I mean, like I could learn the spell.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
That's fine.
I'll edit it out later.
You're playing today.
I like your hair. Goodbye.
The gods made a brief appearance.
So many of you left in the world, kind of like me.
All of a sudden, Akrius' wife shows up in the game.
I told you if you went out and lost one more hand,
You lost your hand.
something else better be intact, right?
That was my favorite hand!
I like those fingers.
At this point, this is just what the group sounds like.
Yeah. Anyways, what are you guys doing? Make sure you guys mark off a trail ration, by the way.
I think
Good berries.
Did I provide the trail rations? Was provided rations?
Yes, he did.
You did last time?
I did some cooking last night. And I got a nat 20 on that.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right. Then no one has to.
Barkuell will keep you fed.
I'm gonna.
And I shove it in your mouth.
you were the one that shoved those berries.
Just eat it.
Every hole.
Oh God.
They cure wounds too.
Okay. Well,
Toss
I
it
think-
might be.
um,
Oh, it's delicious.
Leon's gonna wake up. He's gonna be like, oh,
It's amazing.
my fucking head.
He's good at it.
But he feels good.
Feels good. 10
Like-
HP higher.
Yep, 10 HP higher.
Your skin has a little more color this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking good. I wonder how that happened.
I thanked you already.
Is
Thank you.
Has your nose always been slightly crooked?
No.
Looks good. Looks
No.
good.
You may want to pop that back in place.
Alessandro, like,
Put a berry up there real quick.
Thank you, Barkuell. Alikaka indeed.
Try to explain to Barkuell that most creatures on this planet eat with their mouth part. Yeah. Right? I know. It must be
Damn it,
very
dude.
different from wherever the fuck you came from.
Oh no, you see, that's his way of making a joke.
It's physical humor. How could I not see it?
because it's so
Probably because I was
obvious.
irritated by the berry juice in my nostrils.
I'm sorry to be
thanks
such a
anyway.
party pooper, but should we get going? I don't want to see this place.
Damn,
anymore
son,
than I have.
how's your hand though? Well, sorry.
Were you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, that's good. All right, that's good. That's convenient.
You never know. There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
That's good.
You might find something to replace that hand of yours.
I know a friend that can turn that into a hook.
Well,
So you let me know.
really?
I can.
That's incredible. Truly.
You know.
A man of many talents. Could he perhaps make a spoon?
Could.
Maybe just a straight stick would be
You
good
could
too.
do that too.
Or even maybe just a rock tied onto the blunt end of his arm.
Ooh,
That's
has he ever heard of a sport?
What is that?
What town are we traveling to? Did anyone bring a map? You got something in your book. You
on
always
that,
have something
on
in
that
your book.
note,
Heading to
Euros,
yeah.
you pull out a map that you
Wait,
would have.
that's the
Or,
land.
yeah, Euros, right?
Yeah.
You pull out a map that you.
Belshir.
Oh, there it is. you pull out a map that you, before you guys left, was it North Star Ventures, the company you guys work for, you did manage to get your hands on a map in it. Probably at least draw it down, but this is the map.
I'm waiting for it to load. Which
Yeah,
town are we
right.
going to?
Wow, we.
So you guys look down at the bottom of the map, there's Myriad, and the first town closest to you guys is called Homestead.
Oh,
I guess we're going there first. We're making our way to TerraCorp, that like mining cross thingy, I think.
Yes.
And so we can go through Homestead and then straight north. Or, since they asked us to check on different towns, we could head east and check those out.
I imagine we're just north of Myriad? Are we north of Myriad?
Yeah.
You are. So keep in mind.
Oh, this isn't north. This
The,
is not technically north-south.
Keep in mind the compass at the bottom
I
is
just saw that.
skewed.
Oh.
So
we-
Homestead is directly west of you guys.
Well, let's go there first, and
Yeah.
then
Where did we come out of? Where's...
a little bit east.
Oh, I see. The map is bigger than what I thought it was.
Yeah, and it's also goes the other way. You gotta pay attention, stuff like that. That was not supposed to be a mean thing. I swear to God, I was just trying to help. Note to self.
Do you have a list of manners?
Shut up!
And
Yeros,
barks at Alessandro.
you're very clever, and we're very glad to have you here.
most of the time.
Aw, shit. Shucks, guys. You didn't have to
Someday.
say that.
When you're not being
I know
rude.
I didn't.
Shut up, Alessandro. Let's go to Homestead.
Alright.
Love you, buddy. You hear in your head.
I'm sure every creature across the land has seen this explosion and probably wants to come and investigate.
Yeah, that's smart. Let's get the hell out.
While
You
we're
guys-
leaving,
Okay.
in the air, is the sun visible? Is it bright? Has the dust already settled? Like,
So there's still like I said, that like smoldering smoke coming out of the ground where it exploded, and there is still debris in the air. This area that you're currently in, probably for a good like day or so travel, is going to be heavily obscured by debris and smoke in the air.
how far is a day's travel distance-wise?
How far
Roughly
is a day's travel? I'm not sure. off the
20-ish
top.
miles.
Something like that.
Okay.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be about 3 to 4 days of travel to Homestead.
Okay. So I can guesstimate like a 40 mile diameter around it.
Yeah,
I think I have
probably.
5 days of rations.
You only have 5 days.
I don't know what happened to the rest.
Oh, we fed it to you.
Oh,
Just baby birded it right to your
What are
face.
you stuffing
force
already?
fed me my own rations. That's fair.
It was Barkuell that puked it into your mouth.
It was traumatizing.
Ligma baka.
I appreciate you, Barkuell, but don't do that again.
Okay, so you guys pack up and continue your way.
Yes.
Oh, he does.
All right, so let's go. And I immediately start walking in the wrong direction. Very confidently.
Just
Alessandro-
let him.
Alessandro, the
How
compass.
long?
Alright. He'll figure it out. Let's go.
Come on, buddy.
Quickly.
In your head. Come on. Turn around. I'm not gonna embarrass
Very
yourself.
dramatic 360. I knew where I was going. I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
I saved your ass there,
Spoken
didn't
like
I?
a true bard.
I love your character.
Okay, I hit you on top of the head a little. Thank you. As you all can tell, I'm quickly returning to my very annoying self.
Right. At least he's like himself.
Trauma, be gone.
Big
It's called compartmentalization. It's not healthy.
You guys pack up and you continue to you start your adventure west, and let me take you back to.
I don't want to go back.
I was about to say, don't take me back.
Don't put me back in there. Take me back in. No. I'll do anything you want. Those pretty trees. Don't take it away from me.
So you guys start making your journey westward, and as you go, This portion of the trek is mostly like field with scattered little oases of
It's always
oases
I have no clue.
of like little spots of like forest kind of dotted around with like little sparse amounts of trees in between them. But other than the like smog that has filled the air for this, like throughout this immediate area, it would otherwise be a really beautiful area to be in. Lots of open space. The grass is probably about like shin to knee high and is like a really nice, pretty green color. And you guys continue your way. Someone roll me a d6.
That's my job.
It's my job.
Damn, I missed my opportunity.
3. You guys walk for... Are you ready?
Just say it.
Are you ready for this?
Just say
Where's
it.
it going?
You guys walk for most of the day without very much happening.
Thank you.
Until it starts to get... You can't really see the sun. Actually, you can see the sun setting because I have my like directions all mixed up in my head.
Because your map points west, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna go right on record and say that that's
Straight
the
up.
problem.
No, that's great. But that was the vision that was in my mind when I made it, and I was like, wait, no, because I've drawn like an actual continent map. And I'm like, this part's here, and these mountains are here. That means this. Okay, fuck. And it was too late.
Rotating the compass, you rotated the entire continent.
Yes.
Art is.
You gotta
pain.
make things like,
Look, art is. Pain.
why make things simple when you can make them difficult, right?
I think you mean spicy.
Spicy
Um,
geography.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, most of this day goes by, and it's just travel. And then by the time the end of the day draws near, you can see the sun setting behind this large mountain range to the west of you guys in the direction you're traveling. Very, very far in the distance, but it's there, and it's ever present in your view as you watch the sun set over these mountains. And
You okay there, buddy? You hear Yeros' voice in your head.
and eventually you guys get to a point where you would think about settling down for the night and making camp.
Can Barkuell kind of like check out the whole area that we're gonna potentially camp in? Look for like the best spot.
Yeah, roll a survival check.
Oh yeah.
What are you looking for specifically?
I'd like to find somewhere that's off the beaten path where we could still have a fire, but not have to worry about the smoke necessarily being a huge signal.
Okay.
Okay, we have a spell for that.
Barkuell can help it.
That's fine.
Okay, go ahead and roll a
So
survival
wait a
check.
minute, I'm so sorry. Did we gloss over what happened as
15.
the result for the 3? We don't know yet. We don't know what the result
I
is.
assumed it was 3 days. You were gonna say it. You were gonna say 3 days.
No.
16, but I also want to look for signs of maybe other people coming through this area. Campsites, things like that.
Had you roll a survival?
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult to find a place where you would know that smoke wouldn't be able to be seen, because it's kind of, there's not like a cliff side to like bunker up against or anything like that. It's you could probably get into the forest, like into like an oasis of forest, and like have a fire in there and have like the trees kind of disperse the smoke a little bit more. So you probably think your best bet would be to get into like one of these oases of forest and set up camp there.
Cool.
As far as trying to search for like anyone who's been here, you don't see any sign of travel paths where you're currently at. And you see like signs of animals such as like droppings, tracks here and there of like a variety of different animals. Some of them with like paws and claws, some of them with hooves and similar like standard animals you'd see out in the wild. Nothing really a call for like major concern.
Okay.
As well as like some animal droppings and like broken twigs where animals would like walk and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, most of it looks relatively old and unconcerning to you.
Perfect. I'm gonna let everyone know. We'll probably camp in one of the wooded areas. You've got your tiny hut, so.
So you set up your tiny hut?
I'm gonna set up the tiny hut, guys. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Once Barkuell reports that, though, he is gonna go hunting.
Hunting?
Yeah.
Like straight up hunting?
Yeah.
What's your game?
You do a really good job of that.
I think Barkuell is gonna probably try and hunt some. I don't know. Something like frogs. Something just kind of like
Frogs?
not quite right.
Well, going out, you can't find
Tree
any
grubs.
frogs.
Tree grubs.
Tree grubs?
Yeah.
Like worms?
Yeah, like big fat grubs.
Okay.
Worms, please.
Roll a survival check for me again.
Oh boy, will I?
Excited for something fresh.
I'm also gonna use Druidcraft a little bit to try and like beckon some forth.
Okay.
20 total.
20 total. All right. I'll say the Druidcraft kind of lowers the DC, but you did pretty dang good anyways. So you go off, and there's like this particular like part of the forest you get into has like this little clearing of not clearing, has this little like area of pine trees, and you go in, and they kind of have like really thick roots that curve through the dirt before sinking into the dirt.
What this
And
means.
you kind of use your druid craft to kind of like, you kind of get like roots in there to start like wiggling, and it kind of breaks up all of this dirt, and all of these little like beetle larvae start to crawl out of the ground and make their way, some roly-polies and like different kind of like a bunch of like worms and such come like crawling and skittering out of the ground as you
I'm gonna collect the nutty ones.
the nutty ones.
The ones that have that nutty flavor. They're good on like a roasted fire.
If you bring back a selection, I'll help you taste which ones.
Probably you're probably gonna stay away from the worms, because everyone knows worms have more of a like an earthy
Of
dirt
course,
taste.
yeah, everyone knows.
But you do think like the beetle grubs, like the beetle larvae are pretty good. Like once you get them cooked over a fire, like the goo inside kind of like crab meat, the goo inside kind of solidifies, and you think you can get some like good,
Barkuell's cheating a few.
some good eating out of them grubs.
Fill up like a whole sack of this.
Sack of grubs.
Yeah, you get a whole sack of grubs.
What's in the bag, buddy?
And you make your way back to camp where Lehman's tiny hut has already been set up.
I'm gonna cook outside.
You're gonna cook out. Yeah, you set up with the same survival. You set up a little campfire underneath this a little like where you underneath this like area with a lot of trees, and you make sure to clear out like all the dead tree clutter. And you start up a little fire right there. And how are you cooking these grubs?
So I'm going for like a pan fry style. It's like popcorn kernels. And they're in there, and also that.
Okay.
Never seen this technique
Oh
before.
my god.
Oh my god!
My mouth is watering. I don't know that. Yeros says totally oblivious of everybody's disgust. He's just too excited.
As I pull out a ration from my bag.
I'm sitting watching this like, this is my ration. Oh,
It's really not that bad.
I gotta get some air. I'm gonna walk away.
Barkuell's probably gonna start doing his little happy dance over this because he's so stoked to be able to fucking hole.
Barkuell, that was a rough hole.
So everyone kind of clears out the area, and it's really just Barkuell and Yeros like hanging out by the fire, eating grubs
Talking
together.
in deep speech. It looks and sounds hideous,
It smells great though.
but we're having a great time.
You can just hear, those of you who are more inclined to be able to hear well can just hear like the sound of them popping a grub into their mouth. And when they chomp down on it, you can hear that of like just juices pop out of the
bit of
grub as they
juices out
bite
the side
down.
of my beak.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about?
In the distance, you just hear this.
So tell me about the plants and bugs on your planet. Was it like this? Bigger, smaller? Lots more, lots few?
Bigger.
Bigger.
Much bigger.
Oh.
One grub feed 20 men.
Did you fight them? Did you hunt them?
We usually ran from them.
Oh. Pretty scary bugs then. I bet we could take them
No.
though. Oh.
You need ship with big gun.
But they what? Ship. You pointed upward at ship. They'd float.
No. Skyworm.
Skyworm? Take out the book.
Skyward?
Just as I flip pages, you hear strange whispers as the wind kind of. And then I'm just like, keep going.
So Skyworm come from Holland.
I just make a
The
rough
black
sketch
sky.
of what looks like a magnet with like a maggot, but with, with like creepy looking wings on it. I'm just like, kind of like that.
Very close. Yes.
Yep.
You've
that's
seen
what's going on.
Skywarm.
Yeros is trying to learn about Barkuell's culture.
Cool.
I
You
got
guys-
a little bit out of it.
You guys keep talking about Barkuell's culture for a while, and eventually you finish your food, and eventually all of your friends come back to hang out with you guys after you finish. You guys are essentially like the office workers that bring fish to the break room. It's like, oh god, no, oh god.
Where'd everyone go?
Fish or eggs. Eggs are also a really bad one.
Sardines.
Oh, the worst.
That would be me.
Wow.
And eventually you guys settle down, unless anyone else wants to talk about anything specific. You guys.
My beak.
Oh, so cute. I mean, that's normal.
Yeros, can I get a couple more pages out of your book?
Let me see. Nope. No, you can't.
We're at our limit today. Okay.
No, definitely no pages for you.
Okay. So I'd be talking to all of them and gathering details and stuff, but Alessandro, I'm currently working on the story of Spriggan the Young and Brave, and I'm trying to make like a very exaggerated tale of his demise.
Okay.
And
I'll write it in my book if you want.
I don't touch that.
Alright.
It talks to me sometimes, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Really? It does? I'm like looking at the book.
Well, it's it or you. I don't like it either way. It makes my head itch.
Huh. Kind of like this. It never gets old. For me.
You'll get old or die young. I'm just saying.
And
Preferably the latter.
you guys eventually settle down for the night and take your long rests. Go ahead and take a long rest. And the night goes
I'm at the
by.
same place I was last time. So.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
So did I understand that only you and I didn't have to spend any trail rations last night?
I think so.
Oh yeah, everyone else mark off a trail ration who didn't eat bugs.
I'm really full though. That was good. Oh, our burps in the hut?
Whoa, not good.
You were not in the hut.
Just wait for the farts in the morning.
We cooked and ate outside, but I'm sleeping inside.
Hot box in the hut.
You'll see me drag over, somewhat struggling, a log, and I perch on it.
Oh my
Go to sleep.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You're going to sleep. Okay.
Okay, you guys.
I'll sleep in the log that you're on.
Crawls inside this hollow log.
Okay.
It's cute and disturbing at the same time.
You guys. Eventually, the morning comes, and the as the sun rises behind you guys. behind you? Yeah. As the sun rises behind you guys.
This fucking map.
That's what we get when Yeros has to look over someone's shoulder. He draws it sideways.
He drives it sideways.
As the sun rises behind you guys, but you're kind of still in like the cool shade of this little forest you find yourself in. And you guys pack up and continue on your way?
Aye.
Okay, you guys pack up and continue on your way. As you guys kind of come out of this forest for the first time and get into open field once again, you notice that the smog above from the blast has lessened probably about 50%. It's starting to dissipate out into the atmosphere now. And it's a brighter day this time for your travel than the last one was. Someone go ahead and roll me another d6.
5.
That was quick.
Somehow I have like 30 of them, so it's not hard to find.
If you need a d6, I got you. Okay. You guys continue on your way. What is the marching order? You guys just walking in a group? Or you
Could
guys...
Barkuell
the
be
map,
scouting
right?
up front?
What?
Could Barkuell be scouting up front?
Sure. How far up
Survival.
front do you want to be scouting?
Like 60 feet and change.
60 feet?
If there's like a really big open hill, I'll go much further.
No.
But as long as I'm within...
30
I'll go
feet.
right behind the neck. I'll be third. Somebody be
I'll
second.
take the lead.
Okay, so
You're going to take the lead.
lead with me. I got the map, and then the rest of you. Are
You tell me to stay closer.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to stay within 30 feet unless there's a big open field, then I might go further.
Lenore's last.
So a little bit of flair for y'all. Alessandro can keep up, and he will not admit that he's exhausted and tired. But I am very much at the back, and not by choice. Just kind of huffing and puffing, trying to keep my composure. But I don't walk for
So
long
we can
periods
tell,
of time.
or should I?
Like, if you were to say something, I'd get upset. Like, I'm very much trying to hold it together and
Can
keep
I
up
do
my...
an insight roll for myself to see
Yeah,
if
can I actually
have
insight
the
that
wisdom
too?
to not ask you back?
Sure.
Big
Damn,
Sam.
what's going on, man? You're really huffing and puffing back there.
21.
I rolled a 4.
You got a 21.
I have no insight on this, and I'm just like, you need some water? You're saying y'all walk kind of fast, okay?
I'm assuming we're going at a
think
very
we're
not-forced march.
We're going at
Yeah,
a
it's not
normal
really a
pace.
I am
forced march,
a
but-
That would be a
performer and
medicine
the
check, too.
occasional fighter.
A medicine check?
Oh, what you're saying
Um,
is shape.
I'm going to say make it with disadvantage, though, because
No.
you're
An
scouting
elf, what a
ahead
shit.
specifically.
Not out of shape,
19.
I'm just
19.
a shape.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
In or out.
I'm an idiot.
Right.
You're a shape, alright.
Alessandro, is there anything specific about you that's good? He just rolled a 19 on a medicine
I
check
just
for you.
have a -1 to athletics, and
Oh, okay.
Alessandro definitely lives a very, like, if I go
Lavish
between towns, I'm on a horse, or I'm in a wagon, or I'm not used to, I'm capable. I'm not, like, dying or anything, but I'm definitely uncomfortable
Okay.
with walking for miles and miles. And
Barkuell's just gonna make note then.
miles.
Yeah, and you can easily see like the difference between someone who is very used to walking long distances and someone who's probably never really done it very much, unless absolute necessity.
I'd probably be a
implies.
little bit winded too.
I'm going to make a weird hold action
Just a little.
while I'm scouting
Like, oh
around.
man, this is quite a
For-
walk.
If something were to happen, like say another explosion, I think my hold action is going to be to turn into a horse and go pick up our slower friends.
It's quite the coincidence because at that point,
Did you read my notes?
10 feet away.
see any of my notes going
A
on?
tank comes from the ground.
A Sherman
Okay,
tank.
roll a perception check, Barkuell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a 22.
Those I see a lot.
That would be more. Oh.
He has special.
Am I blind? No, it's not. That's 19. this? That makes sense. This doesn't.
As you are scouting up ahead, there is a point in time in which the forest and the trees kind of break out a little bit, and it clears up into this field. And you probably take this opportunity to kind of like go ahead.
Okay.
Are you just gonna say something?
I was thinking about telling everyone to wait a second, but I'll go ahead.
Okay. You go ahead. You're not a horse now, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave Squee behind, so I can communicate through Squee.
Okay. You can communicate through familiar?
Within 100 feet.
So you can talk through it?
Oh yeah, I have to do the concentration thing, and I can trade my sense. Well, I can't talk through it.
You can't talk through it.
He can sense what it says.
He can sense what's coming through. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
If Squee started speaking English to me, I would or common.
Fuck! Get away!
I'd be upset. It's too much. It's too real.
Nope. Okay. And so yeah, like I said, this area kind of opens up out of like field or out of forest and more into like this fielded area. That's relatively long and has very slight rolling hills to it. Not so much that you can't really like see someone for probably a couple 100 feet or so through this field. Okay. And as you guys make your way at a certain point, you all kind of hear this together at about the time when the group is about halfway through the field, and you're probably closer up to like the next set of trees. Mm-hmm. From the side of you, you guys hear this, and as you look over, you see to your right, as you look over to your right towards the north, you see some kind of person on some kind of steed. It's I'll let you guys roll perception checks.
Wow.
4?
24.
24.
That's
19.
The dice you've got.
25.
25. 19, 25, 24. Would everyone else?
15-ish, I forgot.
15.
11.
11. Akrius?
The bright light.
5.
5?
With
Okay.
15.
You see nothing other than your hand, Akrius.
Trying to shade your eyes from the sun with. Then you forget.
24 and 25. You guys, with your exceptional eyesight, you see a being with green skin sitting mounted on a wolf, an exceptionally large wolf, and it has like this with that kind of perception, you can see that it is mounted in like a saddle on the wolf with stirrups on it, and it seems like it's set up really well. And this creature with green skin actually has like a relatively decent set of like leather armor mixed with like metal bits that now that you can see it and it's made itself known to you guys with this horn, you actually can like see it pretty well. And as it blows this horn out, you see
How far away?
It's probably somewhere around 100 yards away from you right now.
Okay.
As this happens and it blows its horn out, you see a group of these things ride out of the forest. One of them is holding a banner, is holding a long rod with a banner waving on the edge of it with this like red banner. It's not like torn up really or anything like that. It might have like a few little tears in it, but the banner looks nice, and it has this it kind of has this like white mark on it that seems like kind of indescribable, and you can't make heads or tails of it. It's not of anything specifically. It just has this like odd white insignia on the banner, and this whole group of cavalry comes out of the forest, all of them pretty much wearing the same thing, making their way in your guys' direction. What are any of you guys doing right now?
Horse time.
Horse time. You turn into a horse.
Immediately
Straight
cast
to Alicata.
mage armor on myself.
Okay. Anyone else doing something
Good.
specific?
I
Pulling
don't
out
know if
my-
they're friend or foe.
My bow, and I'm gonna climb a tree.
Okay.
What are they doing? I can't see.
Would you?
They're coming.
Coming at us, man. Coming at us
But
fast.
do they look friendly or foe?
Roll an insight check. Now that you know that they're there, roll an insight. I'll let you roll like an insight check if you. Do you have any kind of like? Do you have insight as a a thing, or like history or anything like that?
I have history.
Can I roll a history? I'm smart.
If anyone has history as a, Dan, what's the word?
Proficiency.
Proficiency, yeah. History as a proficiency or insight as a proficiency. I'll let you roll it.
Nope. Nope. Yikes. Oops. I don't know shit. I don't remember shit.
No?
Boy.
Can I make an insight check to see if they look grumpy or okay?
Grumpus?
I don't know if we can do
Yes.
They
this
look
for that.
happy?
Yeah.
I feel like they look grumpy.
I feel like I'm not rolling well this evening.
Can you take some physical dice?
13.
Pick a set.
13.
Um,
Which one is good again? Okay, I'll take that.
it's hard for you to tell.
What's good again?
Do you think you would have encountered cavalry at any point in your life with where Leonore was brought up, or with any of like the stuff she's been involved with?
I mean, I would assume she's interacted with like at least hunters before.
But probably, I'm talking like cavalry from like
Military
the
cavalry.
army, like a military
Oh
branch.
no, fuck that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fuck that.
You're not sure, but you see that they, almost all of them have a pole arm of some kind, a pole arm weapon. And you got a 13 on your insight.
Inexplicably, it's lower than my passive was or insight. So
Yeah, I'm going to say you're not quite sure what their intent is on this. But at a certain point in time, you see this group split into two as they start to approach you guys.
That's looking like a bad maneuver.
That is a military flank.
Guys,
By the way, my dash is 120 feet as a horse,
Oh, wow.
and I'm just going right into your legs to like pick you up.
Not an option. Roger that.
You are
Oh, good Christ! I hate it when you do this! Stop!
backwards.
Let me down immediately!
I
Straight
have
up
a
backwards.
-1 animal handling, by the way. I'm not comfortable with this at all.
Okay. So you are currently mounted on Barkuell.
Yeah, I've mounted you,
Something I thought I'd never say in this game.
How can we? Is it a point we can count how many there are?
More than this many?
Roll a perception
least
check
this
again for me.
Did we figure how many there were?
That is.
We had good eyes.
we had specialized. I can ask with how well I did.
You should do that.
That's a
Hold on.
16.
16?
Yeah, wait,
There's somewhere in the vicinity of like 15 to 20 of these guys.
Oh, more than this many.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
There's no
at
way we're gonna
least-
outrun them.
Yeah, no,
What was your question?
that was exactly how many.
Can anybody see
Okay.
what race they are?
They're green.
As they approach, going off of your like super high perception rolls, you start to notice they are orcs.
Guys, climb a tree.
Okay, in this
You guys are out in the middle of a
world,
field, by the way.
Oh,
Are
damn it, there's
orcs
no
usually
tree.
friendly
Do you speak
or foe?
horse?
I know orcs are aggressive usually,
Because
but
I have something to say to that, but
doesn't mean that
Ask
they're
your question again.
in this world, are the orcs friendly or foe?
Like common
Nay.
knowledge.
Yeah, common knowledge wise.
Okay, so
Clever.
in the continent that you're from, you guys know of. Oh man, what was that? What was that called? I should have researched this before the session. You guys know of a clan of orcs that are more akin to mercenaries, and they actually helped there was a siege of one of the cities in your continent. They actually were hired by the good guys to go and break that siege, and there was a group of adventurers that basically was hired to go and find them and recruit them and with the right amount of money, they joined the cause, and they actually went up to a town and broke a large city, and they broke a siege on a city from the enemy.
So with
I can't remember the details. Really quick, does anyone remember the details of that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I think it was. Yeah, that's pretty much like.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much now.
essentially what it was. It was a bunch of orc brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
their
Rex.
company.
Well, we're like breaking into the city,
wasn't
like
his
overtaking the city.
Something
His
like
plan.
that.
Like
Okay.
orc boys.
Well, you guys hired them to go do something.
Okay.
Yeah, that was essentially what you
All
described.
right.
Yeah, okay. So you guys know of adventurers that had done that, and it's not like
How long ago was that?
That's a good question.
I know.
probably somewhere in the vicinity of like 20 to 30 years ago.
I'm gonna use minor illusion and pop up a white flag above my head. just a flapping white flag.
Okay. Are you guys making any movements to run anywhere? Or...
Ask him. I don't know where I'm going.
Honestly,
Run,
God,
stay.
I don't think we should. Can we?
They're not
outrun
going to
20
hurt
wolves?
us just randomly.
Well, you can, but can you turn yourself into
we
10
can.
other horses?
I can.
We're not going to be
one
able
more
to
horse
outrun
show
them.
up.
We'll just have to see what they have to say.
Appreciate your imagination. But
All right, then I'm riding you up front.
Really quick, who's
But
gonna
I'm
speak
flipping you
first?
back around so you're facing front.
Okay, so I'm like an asshole, literally.
Who's speaking for us?
Nay.
Nose goes.
I think he just
I don't have a
forced me
nose,
to
asshole.
Yeah.
He literally just rode me up to the front. I'm now the
So you're sitting backwards on a horse.
No,
in front of-
Fix that real quick.
Just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
I think that would have been funnier.
Yes, that would have been funnier.
Probably a little disarming.
Very intimidating.
Uh huh.
But yeah, that's literally what I do. I think I'm just standing still, pop the white flag, and then hold action dodge, I guess.
There's
Okay.
No tree of climbs.
Action dodge. I like that.
So you guys stay put and you wait for these guys
I'm
to
gonna keep
arrive.
my one hand on my sword, but
Okay.
not
Still have my
unsheath it.
bow.
But
Okay. So it doesn't take more than like 30 to 45 seconds for these clearly you can see orcs all riding on dire wolves at this point. And they get up and they come in from both sides and completely surround you guys in a circle. All of them holding out glaives, like different kinds of pole arms, but mostly glaives at your direction, probably staying so that the tip of the glaive is no more than maybe like 3 or 4 feet away from you guys. So you guys aren't like holding these up to you, but they're pointed at you. And there is a circle of about 10 to 15 orcs around you at this point as they surround you. And you see all of them are...
we all kind of circle ourselves into a circle and all
Okay.
facing towards them.
So you all kind of group up together and
I'd say
facing
if
out.
you try to make that happen, I just go along with it.
My tail's
But
probably smacking
I
someone in
will
the face.
stand like very stern and like confident still, even with my one arm.
Okay. You, as you guys look at all of these orcs, they are all very well equipped.
Yeah.
These glaives that they're holding are not like pieces of metal on the end of sticks. You can see that they are all very finely crafted. And they all have a type of like leather armor with different bits of finely crafted steel portions in the leather armor. And you can see all of their weapons and armor is like this really nice silver color with like a dark gray accent around a lot of it and stuff. So it seems like it's whatever weapons they're using, they are very, well crafted. Some of you that are more have an eye for like good weaponry can see how finely crafted these are. And every one of these orcs has some kind of animal trophy on them, either like a wolf's skull off the side of a shoulder, or like a pelt of some kind of animal that's sewn in, just kind of some kind of animal trophy that is merged with their armor in some place at some point. One of them has these big bull horns that are kind of coming out of the side and coming up like this. And they all stand there in a circle around you, holding the line really well, and their dire wolves are growling and snarling, but none of them seem to be out of line in any way. They're all being controlled really well. And at a certain point, they all back up a couple of steps, and then there is a break in the circle as you see a large owl bear step in through this break in the circle, and on top of it is an orc dressed in this it's not quite plate mail, but it's, what's the next step under plate mail? Like splint half plate armor.
Scale.
It's this really finely crafted metal armor, and
I'm just gonna ride you up to that.
Backwards.
Now I flipped it around so I don't have to look at it.
I've been fixed.
And
facing the correct
on top of his head, you can see like these black braids that come down, but on top of his head, he's wearing this metal helmet that kind of comes into like a jaguar head as it comes out.
Damn, dude. These guys are
Well traveled.
And as you approach
I
That
kind
guy?
of just
I'm gonna get ready for this
maneuver
conversation.
Alessandro to take the talking time.
maybe just hang
to the
on for
front.
10
Yeah.
minutes?
Okay.
I'm gonna
Say that again?
immediately start casting the comprehend languages rituals spell.
Takes about 10 minutes, so we'll see if I get there.
I'm
If you can hem and haw for 10 minutes, then I can talk to them. We'll see how they act, though.
Okay.
But I'll
What are the
start.
components for that spell?
Oh, okay.
I have to be.
Well, that's not a component.
You should have got the wireless P.
I know.
Sorry, spells.
Somebody keeps putting me at the front.
A pinch of salt
wonder.
and salt.
I mean, so verbal,
somatic material. It's all
verbal, semantic, and material. When it has that, does that mean you have to use all three of those, or you can use one of the
You
three?
have to use all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to try and roll a
That'd be a
stealth.
cool feat.
Well, it's a ritual. You're trying to do a ritual.
When he starts to do it, I stop him. I go, I wouldn't try to cast anything. They might think it is an act of aggression.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
Stop
So
doing
you
that.
stop doing that. You immediately see one of these orcs, like, that was coming up closer to you, like, stop. And once he realizes, you can see him, and once he realizes that you're not doing that anymore, he, like, backs off a little bit.
Just became fried chicken.
And right there, we're gonna take our first break right
Rotisserie
there,
chicken.
actually.
Thank
At that point. Kev, we'll be back in just a minute, so hang tight. And thank you, we're back.
We can't do this
We're back.
right. Ever.
It'll never be
I was
perfect.
expecting that. Hi!
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 Hey, everybody! Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, let's get back into it. We left off with you guys surrounded by orcs, and one large one riding in on an owl bear, just staring you guys down. He has like
Terrifying.
a thick, strong jaw and these like black braids that come out from under his jaguar shaped
Chatting.
helmet. What? No. Okay. Moving directly. He takes a second as he takes a minute and he just walks on, riding his owl bear. He walks around all of you, just staring at each one of you as he walks by.
Oh God.
I feel dwarfed.
When he does another pass in front of Alessandro, I'm gonna stick my horse jaw out like, and I'm gonna like bump you up to like make a noise.
I don't make a noise.
And he, as you do that, roll an intimidation check.
Hell yeah!
I'm joking.
Damn it!
You can roll, but it's not going to do anything.
There's something wrong with it.
As he like finishes a circle around you guys, all of his comrades are dead quiet. No one's making a noise other than an occasional growl from a wolf as you like make eye contact with it, and it like growls back at you before you quickly like look away.
Find other interesting things in the sky to look at.
As he gets back to the center, he dismounts, bringing a leg up and over the owlbear. He dismounts and kind of like the owlbear just kind of like walks back a little bit, letting him be like right in front of you guys. And he speaks out in this really deep, guttural voice. Bashkin Gantikam.
See, this is why I wanted to do the thing.
Is he speaking common?
No, he is speaking Orcish. Very heavy Orcish. Does anyone speak Orcish?
No.
Hold on. Let's try something.
This might not
I
go
don't
over
think
well,
so,
but
though.
you guys know about what I can do, right?
Can
I
I
did not prepare tongues today.
recall or roll to see if orcs and like the lore of the world, do orcs and dwarves fight a lot? Is that classic trope there?
Not necessarily. Especially you're not sure about
Here.
the orcs here. In your land, like I said, in the country you come from, orcs are more... I mean, they'll fight people. It's not like they won't fight unless they have like some kind of contract. They'll get in fights with people, but they're more of... They don't have like beef with anybody unless they have like a contract to do so or something like that.
I can
From
still
what
do
you know.
this, but-
So does anyone know Orcish?
Nope.
Nope. He just kind of looks around at your like blank stares, and then he turns around and shouts out another word, Urug! And he steps aside, and you see a smaller orc ride up behind him on a horse, actually. And this orc isn't like clad in metal armor and stuff like that. He more has like a standard light leather set of... It's kind of a mix of... It's kind of like a lighter armor just out of leather. It still looks like it was made very well, though. It's not like leather rags or anything like that. But you can see as he rides up, he has this like shaved head, and he definitely has like less pronounced tusks coming out. And he has this big cylinder that he's wearing across his back, and on his horse he has a bunch of like little spots where there are a bunch of scrolls sticking out. And this smaller orc rides up and dismounts next to this large orc that's actually towering over this smaller orc. And they exchange a few words in Orcish that you guys can't understand. And this smaller orc turns to you.
Nani.
Where is the dialogue for this guy?
Is your
He...
white flag still?
No.
Okay, that dissipated.
Yeah, I took it down once it was clear they weren't gonna just gore us immediately.
They, like I said, these orcs, exchange a few orcish words towards each other.
You get a little drink.
Suspense.
Sponsored by.
Nope.
Hit us up.
And the smaller orc turns to you and speaks out to you. You are trespassing on Ishtarn hunting grounds. You are also in violation of the Belshir Accords. We are within our full rights to slay you where you stand.
Do I know
Speak
what the
now.
Belshir Accords are?
What are you doing in this land? Why are you here?
I will say.
What was your question? Sorry.
Do I
for-
know what the Belshir...
Roll a history check.
Can
Can I roll on that?
If anyone has
I have
history as a
I'm not
proficiency,
proficient, but I'm really good at it, and I don't know why.
I know. I'm sorry. That's kind of just my house rule. One person asks, I'll let that person, and then I'll let anyone with a proficiency in that roll too. Just to kind of keep from everyone asking to roll.
Yeah, I got a net 1.
Not one. You're not sure what it means.
It's fine.
All right.
You don't have it?
The 13.
A 13? You're not sure off the top of your head what the Belshir Accords are
I
either.
tried to use Kenku Recall, but I did not pick that up. anywhere.
Does anyone respond to this?
Yeah, I'll put Alessandro back on the ground.
Oh, and I'll respond by, forgive us, but we are new to your lands, and I don't know what the Belshir Accord is.
Honestly,
Hey, honesty.
we didn't even know
Best
these were
policy.
hunting
Just-
grounds or anything.
He kind of looks back towards this larger orc and speaks a few words to him. The orc speaks back, and he turns back to you and says, "Ignorance does not excuse you from breaking the laws."
We mean you no disrespect, but unfortunately, our routes have brought us past through there, and all we are doing is passing through, and that's it. And we'll be out of your hair. We definitely don't mean you any disrespect.
He translates that back to the other orc. And then the larger orc doesn't respond to him though. As soon as he's finished translating, he looks back at you and says, "You have not answered my question.
We are
What
on our
are you
way to
doing?
Homestead.
The town just west of here."
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that one.
West, that's right.
Yes, we are.
What are you doing on your way to Homestead? Do you live in Homestead?
No, we were hired by a benefactor to investigate a mine in the local area. We've heard rumors of attacks, creatures coming out of the night, preying upon the locals.
As you say that,
That's the size of it.
he doesn't even have a chance to translate that to the other orc. The other orc barks out some orcish to him, and the smaller orc responds to you by saying, "Sorry, what exactly did you say again?" You said
They're hired by someone to come investigate.
benefactors. Okay. He says, "So you are under contract to make your way through this land."
We are.
We are not under Shut up, Yeros. We are not under contract to make our way through this land. We did not know this land was sacred.
But you are under contract.
Correct.
Produce this contract. And actually, who would have... You guys have a copy of this contract. Who do you think would have this contract?
The guy who's always looking at his book and writing shit down in it. No, other way. This time you're in the way of it and you just horrible things. And then it comes out of the paper. I'm like, there it is. I almost lost that one. Here it is.
It's so awkward and
That's not what I wanted to do.
Awkward and off-putting. On today's episode.
I'll grab it from you.
Sure. I hand it up to you.
Thank you. I show it.
So I should have shared this to everyone. Did everyone see that pop up on their screen?
Totally didn't.
Totally wasn't looking
What?
at it. I was taking notes for once in my life.
I see nothing.
I see trees.
I was looking at my character sheet.
No pop-ups.
No pop-ups. Did you stop your ad blocker?
Unless you put it in the art library or the journal.
Go to journal.
Oh god.
Oh my god. It's just another button.
Another button. I got nothing.
Oh, I see here. Hold on. Euros.
Art library. Wow. So much.
Euros, I should have shared that with you now.
Okay. Yep.
Whoa.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Okay. Where's the journal?
So
Only
you,
Euros.
on
You got it. It's just nothing's there right now.
Oh, I have.
There you go.
So I should have shared it with everyone. Up at the right-hand top, there's a bunch of little tabs. So
Oh,
there's
there,
like the
it just
message
showed up.
one, and there's a journal one about
Okay.
3 over. So, does anyone who is good at reading out loud want to read this out loud?
I can do it if you want me to.
Go ahead, read that out loud.
Much.
Oh, you meant like literally just read.
I mean, just read it out
Okay,
loud.
I'm good at reading, yeah, but go ahead.
Well, whoever wants to do it can.
Just
I thought you meant like in character, like to the orcs, and I was just like, no, Leon, don't read
Not
this.
in character to the orcs, but just like read it out loud so that everyone can hear it.
Leon and
But also
Most Star
the,
Adventures, there have been reports of strange and large beasts causing chaos in the mountains of Belshir. Officials at the city of Mountain Gale have now been able to contact TerraCorp, a contracted mining company in the mountains nearby. They are also concerned about the towns under their jurisdiction. Mission. Main objective. You will be teleported to Myriad. From there, you will make your way to the city of Homestead, check in on them, and try to gain information about the happenings of the area. From there, you will make your way to TerraCorp and investigate the current situation there. Ensure the company is still up and running. Above all, do what needs to be done to keep the company safe. Secondary objective. Find out where these large creatures are coming from and stop their incursion at the source.
that's the last time you read something out.
And that was it.
I loved it.
We're
Right
not
on.
entertained.
So as you produce this contract, you hold it out to the orc, I presume, and he takes it from you and reads it. And the larger orc is kind of peering over his shoulder, kind of reading it or looking at the contract as well. And the larger orc and the smaller orc start to discuss between themselves in Orcish, which you guys can't understand. And at a certain point, the larger orc turns around and takes off his large helmet, and he's just a toweringly large orc. And he says to you,
It's literally what
"We will honor this contract." And he speaks another few words in Orcish to the smaller one, and the orc says, the smaller orc says to you, let me pull that up again. He says to you, "As Chieftain Voltog has said, we will honor your contract. However, we're going to add a clause to it." And he goes over to his horse and pulls out a bit of scroll and like actually takes a knife and cuts off like a small amount of scroll. And he takes out this like little wooden briefcase almost, and like opens it up and these little legs fall down and he sets it up. He just like took out and unfolded this small little makeshift like stationary desk.
How many times has
Almost.
this guy's done this?
Yeah, filthy.
And he takes out an inkwell and a little quill and starts writing down some stuff onto this. And there's probably like 5 minutes of just uncomfortable silence as this guy's writing stuff down on this, and you kind of see this larger orc just kind of like peering at you guys, just.
I just keep a straight
Watching it.
face and like confident look at all of them at all times.
This is the face I'm making.
Horse
And-
is gonna do what horse is gonna do.
He makes eye contact with you, Akrius, this large orc chieftain, as you guys now know,
Rub him.
and you kind of see him looking between your eyes and your like. Have you like presented your
He's like holding it like that.
Oh, is that the hand that's
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
You're kind of holding it up
It's
to
always
you.
up here like that. It's wrapped, and I just got my one hand on my.
Because it hurts still.
He kind of where are you positioned? Like if he's at the front,
He would have been in front.
were you kind of positioned at the front?
I don't. We're in a circle now, so I don't
we
really know what the
had
front
when we
is.
talked about the traveling order, he was.
I was.
You were the
in
scout.
lead.
Then you were.
So he
next.
kind of walks semicircle over closer to you, but he doesn't like get super close to you. But he goes, "You there?
Oh, so you speak common?
How did you come across that?" What's the word he would say?
Scar.
Trophy?
That damage to your arm.
Oh, that's a good way to say it.
Monster hunting.
And he kind of just like, exactly like what I did, he kind of just like shrugs in kind of an approving way. And he says to you, "In our culture, that would be a sign of a true warrior." And he kind of just like slowly walks back towards the front again where the other orc is like filling out paperwork. And he
Still awkwardly whistling or something. It's not a good
Are
whistle.
you actually whistling?
I'm nervous.
birds whistle all the time. Like literally they whistle all the
I'm a
time.
Kenku, and so I can probably make all manner of noises.
Yes.
But instead, I'm making an awkward whistle as Yeros, his
Yeah.
own voice. Just
So they finish the
gonna count.
writing this up, and the orc walks back to you, hands you, I guess he's talking to you specifically, hands Alessandro back your contract, and then presents this like addendum to the contract to you. And he says, "This is an extra portion of your contract now, stating that you have a right to travel through our land just this once to get to your destination without any other interference from other hunting parties of ours. On a few conditions. One condition is you will be followed by one of our men to ensure that you make your way to Homestead and you're not lying to us and trying to go somewhere else. A second condition is you do not hunt any game in our land.
Aha.
A third condition is you do not start fights with any creatures in our land.
Do
The
grubs
creatures in our land is for us to hunt and us to hunt alone. Do you understand?
If
The
they
only exception to that rule is if something starts a fight with you, you
Got it.
can defend yourself.
no, fair enough.
count? Grubs started.
Do you agree to these terms?
I'll make sure I take the original contract back from
That's
you.
smart. That's smart.
Put it in the book.
It's
Okay.
gonna sound quite
Have it back.
strange. Do you consider bugs game?
The horse all of a sudden listening.
He just like,
Yes.
Roger that.
and he looks over at the other orc, and they just like look at each other awkwardly, and he looks back, he's like, no. We essentially mean game that is worth hunting, and creatures of large
Stature.
stature.
Leon realizes
Well, I
he
thank
was
you
talking
for-
to a horse the whole time.
The safe passage. We accept your terms.
Very well. Then it should be signed. And he calls out to the chieftains, Voltog. And he kind of just like nods his head. Voltog comes over and takes off this gauntlet off of his hand. And his hand is the size that he could just put it on your face and crush your head. Like, that's how big this orc is compared to you specifically.
Specifically.
And he walks up and takes a blade out of his pocket and just like cuts a little bit of his palm and like takes a finger and wipes it over the contract. And then he looks to you and says, "Now you must sign it also."
I'm just the voice. The actual leader is Akrius over there. I'm just the diplomat, if you say.
One of you needs to sign it. It doesn't matter.
The horse.
You can use my dagger.
So polite.
I don't need your dagger.
So you say, "Bring your contract here." He then starts to walk over towards you. He says, "Just sign it with blood in your area."
Use your nub.
So I take my sword and I throw it up out of the sheath, and as it flies up, I take my fingers and it goes and it cuts my fingers. I sign the contract and then grab the sword and throw it back at me.
Okay. Rad.
The flare.
I'm questioning to make you do a dexterity check.
I am more than willing.
Yeah, do a dexterity check to see how well that goes.
I believe in you.
You too.
Roll
Just a
one.
regular dex plus my mod.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a 9.
A 9? You throw it up, and you manage to do the first half relatively well. You throw it up and cut your hand. And then as you're trying to like swipe at the paper, you kind of just like, it's almost like someone's holding a paper, you go poof, smack it out of their hand. And the paper just like slowly just, and he looks, there's just a handprint on there, and your sword just like in the ground beside you. Like as you try to catch it, you miss and it just right
just,
into
like,
the ground.
I meant to do that.
Can I roll a dex to try to catch the paper?
Sure, go ahead.
That's a 24.
24. As the paper just like is slowly like this, you're just like, you just grab it. Just like very carefully grab it out of the
I'm
air.
gonna grab it and just kind of like. then very pointedly, just like. Hand it back.
Oh god. Yeah, you do. And
Sounded cool.
It is so cool.
The idea was here, the roll was
That's
bad.
Made
D&D.
it so much better.
and as you go to hand it back, he just looks at it for a second and says, "That is signed and you can now keep it on your person."
Hand it over to you.
Oh, I take it 2 points of
Yeah, 2 points of damage. Thank you for.
And the sword
reminding
erupts
me.
into flames, and the party gets killed.
And suddenly there's a big explosion.
Hold action.
Wake up, you're back in Myriad!
Everyone curses.
You're still cursed.
Let's not
was all
mention
a
that
bad
place in
dream.
current company, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're no.
Fucked up their entire ecosystem on their hunting
Okay,
grounds.
cool, great.
A little bit.
Is there anything at this point you guys would like to ask this person, or
Are you
Just
kidding?
one minor question is,
It's gonna graze.
he has a lot of different scrolls and stuff on his horse, so just make a passing inquiry about it. Like,
what do you say?
Yes.
What do you ask? How so?
what kind of documents are you creating for everybody? You a map maker, scribe?
My position is more of scribe. Now that we have these Belshir Accords and truces with the fairer skinned races that we must abide by, every hunting party has someone who is learned in the ways of the fairer skinned races and can speak on our behalf.
That makes perfect sense. Do you happen to have a copy of the Belshir Records?
No, we do not have copies here.
Okay, that's fine. Just thought of
Well,
refresh my memory.
what
That's
are
all.
the Belshir Accords, just so we know how to deal with these types of encounters in the future?
Definitely shouldn't be.
He
Bullet points.
takes a second to think, and then he says, the Belshir Accords are a truce between the orcish clans of this land and the fairer-skinned races that came into our hunting grounds. When the Belshir Accords were signed, it stopped a century-long war between our people and allowed us to get back to our... What does he say? Allowed us to get back to our sacred hunting rituals and stopped us from continuing a war with your people.
Sounds
We have
reasonable.
agreements that we must both abide by.
Sounds
By
diplomatic.
By the way, and he whistles, he kind of does this like, and it's not so much a whistle, he kind of just like grunts out, and then, actually I'm not going to say he grunts, he kind of like walks out of the circle and then walks back in with a horse and a donkey. That actually they have, they kind of more have, like one of them, the horse has a more, like lower, I don't want to say lower class, but just like a lesser well-made saddle on it. And then the donkey kind of has like a, this kind of setup for, like adding stuff to it so it
Pack mule.
Pack mule, thank you, for like packing things onto it. And he says, these two creatures belonged to two people that were not as lucky and did not have a contract to be in our area. In these lands. We're willing to trade these beasts with you if you'd like.
Trade.
Other than someone like me who does not charge into battles and into hunts as readily. Creatures like these are not really used to our clans.
What is of use that's...
And he just like motions to the wolves that are surrounding you. You can
Does
see-
he have the reins in his hand?
He does have the reins in his hand.
Can Barkuell just kind of go over to the reins and...
He doesn't let go of the reins as you walk up. And... By the way, what does your horse look like?
I'm a big white stallion.
Big white stallion.
Think
Prince
Maximus, Prince Charming horse.
Any like mushrooms
Shadowfax?
growing
The opposite of
Yeah.
what everything Barkuell is.
Okay.
Any mushrooms growing out
No,
of you?
pristine.
Whoa.
And he's, as you walk over in horse form and grab the reins, he doesn't actually let go of them
I'm just
though.
gonna awkwardly hold him.
Are you wearing any reins or anything like
we
that? Or you're
supposed to-
just like,
Just
Clean.
fucking wild ass horse.
So they're offering to trade for these.
they're
two-
offering to trade for these horses. What?
I have a tooth of a dinosaur. It's the one
That's
trade
fucking cool.
Couldn't do much for us.
for both of those.
Tooth of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Wait, the T-Rex
How big
one?
is this?
I kept it all
How
this
big do you
time.
think this tooth? It's like the T-Rex tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big.
So you pull out this dagger. It's like a. If you took a dagger and made it a little bit longer, like a 6, 7, 8-inch tooth.
Oh, yeah.
And as you pull that out and present, or so you're presenting this for trade. Then,
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
okay. He looks at that and like has this surprised look on his face. And you actually see like this chieftain, Voltog, he also has a surprised look on his face. And then they say,
Yeah, that's my guy right here.
we'll accept the terms of the trade. And
Taking
he
those reins
holds it
in.
out.
Is this too good of a trade? Oh,
Roll an
there's-
insight check.
Which is dope.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna roll an insight check. Nat fucking 20.
You can tell by the look they had on their face, and also how every other orc here is dressed. They all have some kind of animal trophy grafted to their person, and so you can tell that trophies from hunts are incredibly well valued. And it's almost something that none of them would.
Why are you trading that away?
Yeah,
To
like
them, it's
why?
such a big
Why
deal.
would you trade such a
to us, we don't-
personal possession away?
Shit about a dinosaur.
It's one of many.
But it's kind of like
He's on the
it's
reg.
almost like you get the idea that trading something like this away means you find whatever you're trading for incredibly valuable, and you're willing to give up like something incredibly personal to get it.
Horse and a donkey, guys? Tooth of a dinosaur?
There's no conversation to be had here. This is between you and them.
I'm just eyeing the hell out of you.
It's totally your choice. There's only one horse that can't carry all 6 of us.
Yeah, that horse is suspect.
How does the horse look?
Fucking
How
kicking
does
you
the
after
horse-
this.
No, seriously, how does the health of the horse and donkey look?
So it's kind of just like a tannish donkey, and it's got like this. Its fur kind of darkens as it gets to the nose, and the horse is just like a straight brown horse. The horse, compared to basically Shadowfax over here, the horse looks like kind of just like a relatively
But it's not
normal.
like emaciated or anything.
It's not emaciated, no. It looks like it's in relatively good health, but it's not like incredibly healthy like what this horse looks like. It looks like a standard farm animal horse.
Oh, the name.
We could,
Gotta
we
get
could
the
try
name
to,
out.
We could try to also ask for a little for some food for these animals as well.
Is there anything else we need to get from them? This is kind of like...
Is it?
Do I overhear this convo? I probably can't understand it though, to be honest.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. You just said whisper,
right.
whisper, whisper.
I'll tell you what, as the Kenku steps up for the first time to these guys and takes the tooth, be like, tooth is mighty fine. We're gonna need some extra stock.
As
to
you
go."
guys start talking, sorry to interrupt, but as you guys start talking,
This is
after the
shut.
contract has been signed, a lot of these orcs that had glaives pointed at you have like become at ease, and like they've pulled their glaives up, and they're still in a circle around you, but they're not in like a threatening posture towards you guys anymore.
Okay.
And sorry, you said
Basically, I'm just trying to negotiate with them for some food for the animals as well, for a trophy of this great value, essentially.
he, as you ask that question, he says, "We don't keep feed for horses."
A better request, or a different request then. You said you were going to have one of your soldiers follow us to Homestead.
Yes.
Could we perchance take these animals off your hands and then get a small escort to take us directly there? The faster we're out, the better it seems.
We do not offer escort services without a proper contract to do so. So that would cost you extra.
We're at the shot, and I just like toss the tooth back at Leon.
Drop it
We do
over
his
his
hands. Going, this is my story. Gosh, get off my back!
So what do you do, Leon?
I just
We're
give up
gonna
the
take the horse
negotiation.
and the donkey, and she's going to like
Okay.
just cock her head
Just-
over towards Barkuell, being very insistent.
I will say, just tell them this is from Leon.
Tell them.
Tell my story.
It was a fine hunt.
It was.
It was spectacular.
It Can I
be.
read the room to just give him like a quick 30-second summary of how I got this?
and just exposition.
I think you can just do it. Hold it.
Go ahead and start talking.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna fucking do this every time. Okay.
Every time.
playing D&D. Why?
You're playing
Assessing-
D&D, man. You gotta talk in
assessing
character.
Do your best. I'm starting a timer right now.
Here, real quick before you start, because it's a little uncharacteristic. Alessandro goes in to kind of interrupt, like, I'll tell this, and then the little evil glint gets in his eyes, and he's kind of like, just kind of settles back a little bit, and
Ready, begin.
Barkle's just gonna sit as a horse, just
So-
I'm
waiting.
gonna lean on him.
we were on a mission to hunt this giant thing that was eating all the sheep. Okay.
And as you start to talk, all of these, you guys all notice, especially you guys with the higher passive perceptions, they all kind of focus in on you and what you're
I'm actually not going
saying.
to time this. I want you to do a good job.
Okay. And then we finally find outcoming from this void, these sort of T-Rex, dinosaurs, just wrecking us, eating the sheep, and so we kill one of them, but two more pass by trying to chase us, so we run. We eventually kill those monsters, but we go back to the village, and the giant mama is towering above the trees. I hide behind the bush. The T-Rex is still chasing after me for some reason, but we end up scaring it away. And long story short, we corner it into this cave. We end up killing it after a long, hard battle. I took the tooth out with my own bare
You did do
arms. I did do that. And so here it is.
The result of a long day's hunt.
And the orc's like,
Because Yeros is right behind him,
you said
Yes.
you said this creature came after you hid behind a bush.
Well,
How did you escape it from it coming after you?
well, some other people helped here.
this was with they distracted it while I was continuing to shoot from the bush.
I remember him missing several
Very
times.
well. What creature did you say this came from?
It was like
A dinosaur.
it was like a
A
dinosaur.
large-toothed lizard.
Came out of a
Turn into
portal,
one real quick.
Wingless dragon.
some sort of void.
Very well.
Very well.
That's all he says.
Okay.
And then, well, as he takes it from you, you see a lot of the orcs just like,
Yeah, bro.
and
Hid behind a bush.
roll an
bro.
insight check really quick.
Oh god. Here we go. Alright.
Don't please. I hope.
Okay. That's 12?
12? You're pretty sure most of these orcs didn't understand a word you said, other than the two that you know speak some amount of common.
Okay. That's good.
They're all going along with him like this poor guy. Is it?
I'll go with it.
I think he really.
So yeah,
respect
you
hunts
guys
that
get
much.
you guys get a horse and a donkey out of this trade.
Okay.
Look, you don't have to walk anymore.
I'd rather walk than get on one of those beasts.
Oh,
Pretty sure Bart heard that.
No, I don't.
I didn't understand a word of it, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the best ride in the
and
world.
as at that the
The only reason why I ride him is because he
at
makes
that the this thing
Phrasing.
set down.
Context and phrasing, Alessandro.
It's not often you get to mount your druid friend and ride him around. Okay?
Jesus.
What?
Okay, at that, the orc that you've been talking to says says a couple of words in Orcish to the main chief, Voltog orc, Chieftain Voltog, and that Voltog looks out amongst his other comrades and motions towards another orc that is also, another orc that's riding on a dire wolf. And this orc actually has a deer pelt around, like incorporated into his leather armor, and then he also has like portions of antler that like stick out from like the elbows and the shoulder and stuff like that. Just kind of all over, and like bits and pieces of antler that's sewn into his actual leather armor. And he kind of just like, and the rest of the orcs back out of the circle and kind of converge back together, and they start riding their way back in the direction that you guys came from. And you are left there by yourselves with this one orc staying behind.
That can't speak common.
Do you think?
What? What am I supposed to do?
The talking thing.
Oh, the comprehend languages thing. Well,
The talkie spell.
So and then while he does that, we can start getting our
You really
horses
want to spend
situated.
10 minutes while
We
he
can all
casts
offload a
this
bunch of
spell.
weight onto
this
the
is
back
the
mule.
this is the problem. I can only understand what I hear and read, but I can't talk back. Although I can call upon other forces to talk into their minds. You already.
I don't think we should push it.
I think
Yeah,
we should
something-
wait until tomorrow.
something
then
tells
I
me
can
he
help.
would
Scare him
be,
away.
would be a fan of that.
Gets
I
his
would
kill.
suggest we just let him be and we just
Yeah.
go about
Let's
our
just.
I'm gonna
let's
go up to the
keep
orc.
traveling.
Oh boy.
Real quick.
You approach the orc,
I'm just putting my hood on.
and
Oh, shit.
this orc is still. He hasn't like dismounted his direwolf. He's still on. And as you approach the direwolf, like
Okay.
starts to growl at you.
I just kind of ignore that. Walking up to, and I keep a respectful distance, aka I don't want to get eaten.
Okay.
But I just go up and I just go, Alessandro.
And he just kind of like does that like looks you up and down, and he goes, "Burl."
Burl. Alright, I walk away.
Alright, Burl.
Don't tell me
Or
he
I
thinks
need
his
to
name
complete
is
my
Beryl
notes.
now.
What's his name?
Burl. B
heard it.
U Burl. With lots of growling and
Burl?
phlegm.
I don't know. Take a guess as to how that's spelled.
Growling and phlegm.
Pretty sure there are no vowels.
There's
How do you
no
spell
vowel.
phlegm? How do you spell
Off we go with our cheery new friend.
How do you spell?
Alright, so how far?
And you guys
What's-
continue making your way?
Yeah, what time of day is it? Still early?
It's probably about midday.
Well, we'll finish up
let's
today, and we probably still have
I was
another
about to
day.
say, I'm
to
just fucking
ride.
sprinting around for the next 3 hours.
I'm riding that horse, bro. Not you.
You guys continue
Well,
to.
you're
Who has control? You're riding the horse.
Yeah, who rides the horses, and
Okay.
someone gonna
you
ride the
horse.
I want to feel.
I want to
tall
race
for
this
a
horse.
I'm if nobody
I will lead the
objects,
donkey.
I was about to say like I'm gonna put all of my stuff and put it on said donkey.
I think that's a good plan.
Your stuff, whatever, and
It's a pretty light backpack.
you take it. Yeros, I don't take offense to this, but you're kind of an animal. Or does that make you good with animals?
Wow.
He's not wrong. I obviously look like a raven or a crow or something.
Bro, you gonna handle that?
No, I don't know much about him.
He may be crass and uncouth, but he's technically correct. But no, it doesn't make me any better at handling animals. It's more like if your body was just shaped after some wild animal instead of what you are. That's kind of what I am.
Shape.
What does he look like?
Just a shape. Whoa, that's too deep.
What does who look like?
What does he look like? Tell him.
No, I just mean like I
Tell him.
You
Say
have
something.
this shape, I have this shape, but our minds
Leon
are
wants
the
you
same.
to try to bully me.
Say something about his nose. Come on, you can do it.
Like, it's too pointy.
Or you can
I would
just.
love to hear your music someday.
He's such a nice guy.
That.
Look, he fucking goaded it into me. I can go dark if I need to. It
I
wasn't
was
my
gonna
fault.
say physical.
Alessandro literally
I
just
still
kind
love
of,
you.
I just kind of smile and walk away. Just a little golf clap, just like,
You
okay,
happy, Leon?
that was legit. Fucker.
Obviously you are.
I.
As we walk, I can roll for this if you want, but you just feel this just ever so slight, just on your nose.
Alright, so we keep trolling each other as we go to Homestead.
You guys continue to make your way
Surely this
westward.
orc is just like,
And the orc takes about, I don't know, 50 yards behind you guys at all times. He just lets you like wander, like I said, about 50 yards ahead of him. And he kind of just maintains that distance from you guys.
I had a quick question. Was the addendum to the contract written in common?
Yes.
Yeah, because we could read it.
Never mind. We're good. Didn't want them to double cross us.
Bless you.
Bless.
The orcs are relatively honorable creatures.
They are.
Well,
Relatively.
they'll do what they say they will
Here
do.
it seems
Relative
they're
to the
pretty-
contract,
they're
they're
just-
quite honorable.
I was gonna say they're bound by a lot of laws. It seems like
I don't know. I think if the
Tradition.
money,
tradition,
if the money talks,
stricture, whatever you want to call it.
if the money talks like that,
If the giant tooth talks.
That's what I was thinking.
we can get another one.
Yes, we.
But
Would
not
you like me
here.
to throw another one of those in front of you so you can get another one?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we want
Yes,
pain.
throw us the. Never mind.
Please.
Just the
bigger
dinosaur
and
kids,
scarier.
not the dinosaur.
I want to watch Leon fight the big mama from behind a bush.
Okay. You guys continue making your way, and eventually the end of the day rolls around. Once again, you see the sunset on the.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You guys see the sunset in front of you. God damn it. I'm all mixed up in my head. You guys see the sunset past the mountains that are getting larger in your field of view as you guys stop for the night. Does anyone do anything before you guys take up camp?
I'm feeling a little hungry.
Oh my god. No.
Do we know how many more days it is till we get to Homestead?
More grub hunting.
More grub hunting?
Well, maybe not grub.
To answer your question,
supportive.
probably about 2 more days you can kind of estimate from the map. And then you're gonna go grub hunting again?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a
Can I help? I'm coming too. Can I help, please?
yeah, go ahead and roll a survival check with advantage. Or if you want to help.
We'll go with that.
That's still 13.
13?
Yeah.
You go off into the woods, and as you go off, the oh, by the way, how long after that encounter with the orcs did you turn back into a horse?
3 hours.
3 hours after?
Yep.
Okay. Those of you with high passive perceptions notice the confusion in the orc's face as he morphs back into like a person, Animorph style.
Animorphs. Into a human, not
Not a more orc-looking
Orc-looking
creature.
thing?
Kinda, sorta,
Adjacent.
not really.
Big bug-eyed orc-looking thing.
Big bug-eyed, pointy-eared.
And as you go, so back into the present, as you go off to hunt for bugs, you see this orc actually follow you two into the woods, just to keep an observation on you.
It's okay. They don't understand the finer delicacies of the forest.
And
Where'd you
you
get that one?
end up finding, you don't find as like, you don't find as big or juicy or voluptuous grubs as you found the last time. They're kind of just like little tiny, like big old grubs.
All the way inside like that.
You don't find these big old, you find more like little tiny. It's like you just find like a
regular
collection of
bugs.
pine tree beetles and stuff like that, and they got some crunch to them and a little bit of juice in them, but they're not
Now
like.
Yeros' tastes are starting to show that he's not wherever the heck you're from. Relish any bug.
You
whatsoever.
can do like the same thing as last time, and you find like some worms and stuff like that, and smaller bugs, some caterpillars here and there, but
Yeah, it's not quite as impressive.
you don't exactly find enough to fill up like an entire meal.
I just let Barkuell have all the bugs, and then I'll beg someone for a trail ration.
I'll just cook myself up something with him then.
Okay.
Well,
So I'm gonna say,
I have trail
you don't really
rations.
find enough to make a full
Meal.
ration.
Okay. Can I do some help the animals make sure they're grazing and stuff?
Yeah, you tie up the animals to like a branch of a tree, and with enough slack that they can like go and
Graze
pick from grass and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'll just take care of them the night and stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out 2 rations and cook them up, and then I'm going to walk one of my rations over, or both rations over to Burl. And I'm just going to put it right by him, and then I'm going to sit down in front of him and just stare at him. And just kind of eat my ration.
He like looks at you and he just like and he undoes a flap and he pulls out like this. It's like jerky, but it looks like if someone tried to make jerky out of a slab of steak.
Yeah.
And he pulls this out and he's just like, and you can like, as he like takes it and bites into it, you see all of the muscles behind his jawbone and his cheeks just, and you can kind of see all of these like the ripples and like like the ripple of muscle as he bites down on this and makes this like audible tearing sound out of this like dried meat, and he just like chewing. He's just chewing on this. You can see his muscles like
That's a
flex as
chiseled
he
job.
does it.
I'm going to wave at him, and
At him?
Dude,
I point at his meat.
he's chewing.
Point at
his
his meat, yeah.
Dude, point at his meat.
Let's watch this.
He kind of just like laughs and then like he takes out a knife and cuts off like a chunk, probably a chunk that would still be like this big for you, so like a decent amount of meat, cuts off a chunk and like tosses it over towards you, and you catch it
Okay.
without any. It honestly smells like unflavored beef jerky. Roll a strength check.
Yeah.
So,
So
there we go.
while this is
Petrified.
happening, I walked over. I'm just kind of watching from afar because I wanted to check on him, and now I'm just enraptured.
I can always tell when
12.
you got a 12. I can always tell when you roll bad because you're like, you go like this and you just go. It's like, oh, he rolled bad.
I know he rolled bad because he did like this eyebrow thing. It was just like, oh,
Yeah, he
geez,
doesn't-
the in or up.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their side.
Yeah, we have our faces.
You go to bite into this and you're like, and you're like trying to bite it so much so that you're like after a few seconds of trying to bite into this, your teeth start to hurt. Like you feel like you're about to rip your teeth out trying to bite into this thing.
I just look at him and go,
And he's just like and rips off this another chunk of it.
I want to be watching along with Alessandro, just chuckling to myself.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone is.
I'll probably be trying to sketch the magnificent ripples of his jaw in a profile
For
of our
real.
follower.
I'm just talking deep speech to a bunch of animals.
Sick.
He eventually dismounts his
Our
wolf
animals?
and takes off the saddle off of its back, and he like kind of pushes it in a direction, and it runs off, and he kind of slaps it on the rear end as it runs off into the forest, and after like a second you can hear this deep out in the woods past you guys.
These guys are real hard asses, aren't they?
And probably about
Based off of the rippling jaw muscles, yeah.
Yeah.
probably about 30 minutes later, the wolf comes back with like a small deer carcass and puts it onto the ground and like next to the orc, and the orc just starts like scratch behind its ear, and the wolf starts to like dig into the well, actually, so it sets it down next to the orc, and the orc like scratches behind its ear, and then the orc goes down and takes its knife and like cuts open the creature, and cuts out like a relatively sizable chunk of meat, and stands back up and just like starts to eat this raw meat out of the deer. And you can see that this wolf is waiting for those of you with like good animal handling skills. You can see that this wolf is waiting for the orc to finish doing this, and then the orc walks away, and then the wolf just starts digging into this creature. You can kind of tell it has like a alpha. The orc is like the alpha male to this.
Which
dire
one of
wolf.
us understands that with a good animal handling?
None of us. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be
That
upset.
one
I'm sure
gets it.
probably Barkuell understands
He
exactly
totally
what's
gets it.
But I'm
going
out
on.
with the other
Precisely.
animals talking deep speech to
You
them.
set up your little hut.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
then maybe none of you guys understand like why that happened necessarily, but that happened.
I mean, I'm not proficient, but I have a pretty decent.
We'll say I've
score.
never had pets.
You're what?
I'm not proficient, but I have a pretty decent animal handling.
So you probably get the gist of this too, because it's kind of like, for you understand like, this is, especially like hunting dogs and stuff. They act like this. This is kind of how they act. They have like a pecking order, and the dog at the top gets like first pick of the food before the rest of them get to eat, and it's kind of a pecking order that they get to eat in order.
Well, I'm gonna be absolutely sick and disgusted by that. I'm gonna. Now Alessandro goes back to the tiny hut and goes to sleep.
Yeah, eventually you guys all make your way back to the hut, and the orc stays out next to the stars, or next to the wolf, like under the stars, and they spend the night there. You guys get a full rest, long rest, and the morning comes around. There's a bit more clouds in the air this morning, but you guys have made it past like the area where the debris from the air from the explosion has covered. So you guys are kind of out into like open air now and stuff like that. Like I said, there's a little bit more air, and you guys have started to make your way more into like a wooded section. Is there anything anyone wants to do or anything? Go ahead.
I'm gonna collect all my mushrooms off of Leon's armor.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yikes.
You have a bunch of
Yeah.
Okay, you do so.
This is his life.
Thank you.
If anyone changes their spells during the long rest, make sure you do that too.
Can I name the donkey Charles?
that's a fine name for the donkey.
Charles.
Call him Charlie, Chuck. Lots of good options there.
What do you name the donkey?
What do you want to name the horse?
Right,
That's your horse.
It is my horse.
Seems like it. Charles the donkey. That's all you missed.
Charles?
What do you name
Charles?
What do you name your horse?
Strong man?
The horse shall be named Steve.
Steve it is.
All right.
Steve the horse. And Charles the donkey.
That's a pretty appropriate name for a straight brown horse.
Shall we
Yeah. I love how if we ever get famous, all of
Is
our
that
merch
short for
ideas are coming
Steve?
straight out of your mouth.
Yeah, all of
There
them.
we go.
You eating raspberries?
Sure.
Might I have a raspberry?
You may.
I'd love a
Oh,
raspberry.
raspberry.
A whole pack of raspberries came out of nowhere.
These raspberries taste like raspberries.
You have interesting snacking habits.
I'm very serious about my snacks.
That's
No, you're just trying to get your food in.
I love raspberries.
That's really nice.
Anyone else?
Guys, someone roll me a d6 for today.
Can I do it?
I'll let you roll it.
Fast.
If you want to roll it, I'll let you roll
This
it.
too fast.
Decent click.
2.
Didn't you roll it too?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay, you rolled a 6.
Oh god.
We'll never know which
We'll
one's
never
better.
know.
Never shall you know.
Listen, I just feel bad. The man gave me a bunch of D6s for my birthday, and I don't have an excuse to use them except for these rolls.
Fair.
Who gave them to you?
That's fair.
I should have just let you do it. You're so quick on the draw. Can somebody roll me up?
Yeah. I have literally 30 to pick from.
Beyblades over there.
3d6?
He didn't even
Not
finish
really.
the sentence. I heard click.
No, literally. I'm gonna roll it.
Anyways,
you guys continue on your way. Let me look at something really quick.
There's more.
Did we find any little corpses on the way? Animals and the like?
Roll a. I mean, there's the corpse of the deer that was eaten the night before.
Let's not reanimate the
Reanimate.
dogs.
There's not actually. Well, so
Let's not.
most of the meat is gone. There's still like some. That's like a doe, female deer, and
A doe.
most of the
An undead deer.
most of the meat is gone, and you can actually see like it's not just like a skeleton there. Like you can see that the wolf had like broken bones apart and like chewed through bone and was like lapping up the what's the part in the middle of the bone?
The cartilage.
Marrow, thank you.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
lapping up the marrow as it breaks the bones apart and stuff like that. So it's kind of like this animal corpse is left in ruins.
There's not much
Perfect.
to animate.
You gonna animate it still?
Fungal infestation. I'm just testing this out. It
Okay.
reanimates it as a zombie under my control. It obeys my commands for an hour, and I'm just gonna have this thing. It's like a giant squee. So it's extra disgusting.
Glory.
So the
be.
parts
All the
that were
missing
busted-
parts are replaced with mushrooms. And I'm just testing this out to see like how it's gonna work because Barkuell's been working on this for a while,
make the whole thing
reanimating
out of
things,
mushrooms.
trying to fill the gaps.
So, what is left on the? You can kind of see that the wolf ate through like the center of this deer, and you kind of have like a lot of the rump is missing too, and so you have like the parts of the legs that don't have any meat on them anymore are just is like that still has like flesh on it or like deer hide and flesh on it, and then like parts of the face and the snout still have like the deer hide on it, but you can see like the back of the skull is missing where the brains were eaten out. And yeah, describe to me what this deer looks like as you reanimate it.
I think the weirdest and scariest part about this is that it's a reaction. So it gets filled up by all these fungal growths, like really fucking fast. They replace the organs and the muscle tissue, the tendons, with all this like pulsing like fungal growths. And it's just like this sickly, dripping, undead dough with whatever broken bones it had and whatever angle it had. But all those missing bits get filled. And it probably has like this little spore on the top of it that's like almost like an antenna that connects it to the spores that I'm constantly releasing. And then I just start telling it to follow us. And it just, you know.
This is Alessandro's reaction while he's drinking his morning hot, whatever the hell they make in this world.
Whatever the hot hell.
Okay, let me ask
testing
you
it out.
this. What does it look like for you to... Is this a spell?
It's a class feature.
Class feature? What does it look like for you to do this?
Barkuell probably...
Like, what are the actions you do?
The same thing he does when he releases the spore cloud from his own skin, from these like tiny little spore pustules all over his body that look like moles, but they're not. Those things probably pop and then seep into the ground and then spark this just massive growth. Like it's violently fast.
I think my reaction to this is exactly the face I'm making now.
And then I can control it with my mind, and I'm just having it follow me for the next hour.
Like very close to you?
Yeah.
I'm not very close to you.
No, I figure I'm in the back. I'm testing all this out.
So I'd say you guys get all packed up and you make, like, you start to make your way, and then it's kind of almost like a, Barkuell's like, oh yeah, and you walk back, and the orc has already like mounted his wolf and has made his way, with you guys a little bit, and then he stops and turns around and watches you do this, and
It's like, no. Oh no.
Love it. Love it.
man, You always have to throw a wrench into it.
This isn't unusual behavior, I swear.
Well, for an orc, it might be.
But it is a creature of the land that's.
Well, he's not fighting it.
I'm not hunting it.
It really depends, man.
You
And it's
totally
not
just
game
shat
now.
on
Okay, but
nature.
did you not hear them say sacred hunting rituals? I.e., they might think that things that live here are sacred.
I wish I
and
could
just
have
defile
understood
the
all that
shit out of
convo
it.
you guys had.
I need to teach you common.
He knows common. Alikaka.
Yes.
There we go.
That is a word.
Yep.
The
It does have a meaning.
word.
Orc's about to
Magnificent.
behead you,
Yep.
dude.
That's the one.
That's what it means.
Magnificent.
Oh god.
I'm over there petting this
He's
thing.
got a smirk.
I just
Here's my question.
fuck,
Is
man.
it cute?
How does an orc react to this shit? I'm trying to think about their culture and how they would actually react to something like
Most
this.
creatures would go.
He's probably thinking
What
these
an
guys are
abomination.
freaks. What?
These guys are freaks is probably the most accurate thing you've said.
Freaks.
Who did we sign a contract with?
What have we done?
Chief signatures on that.
Chief's idiot.
As this happens, the orc watches you do this entire thing.
Do I see him?
I'm gonna say yeah, because he's not making himself like hidden in any kind of way. He's just
Can I do an
not.
insight check on him?
He's just not staying with your group. He's like following you guys. Yeah, roll an insight check on him.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
You're just
God.
doing your thing.
So
And
oblivious.
everyone else sees this orc as this aggressive amount of fungal just starts to like starts to blow this thing up, and it like brings it up. You
Violent and terrifying.
Yeah, it's violent and terrifying. And this orc, as this happened, this orc just like brings out its glaive at it as it looks terrified at what it just saw. And you see the wolf just like get into a posture like shoulders really high and starts to like growl and show its teeth. It pulls back its nose, and all you see is just like this row of teeth as this dire wolf is just growling at
Okay.
at this.
At this point, I'll spin around to see what the hell's happening. Oh, are you fucking?
I've seen the whole thing.
I'm just oblivious to the situation though.
Oh, green skin!
And you hear the orc call out. It calls out something in Orcish that you don't understand, but you can hear in its voice that it doesn't like what just happened.
And I come walking over like a pissed off mom. Like literally, I'm like looking at you like, Barkuell, stop it, down, put it down, stop it. I look at it, and I'm just like, poof, no, 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 no.
Lenore's gonna guiding bolt it.
He's saying no.
Guiding bolt the
No!
zombie thing.
No.
Just to make a show of, like, oh, we're
Aggression towards it.
yeah, we're putting it down with radiant energy.
Okay. What is this? Does this creature have a stat block?
Oh, man.
1 hit point.
I'm staying
One
out of
hit
this
point?
one this time.
Do you roll to hit with guiding
I
bolt?
have to roll to hit.
Go ahead and roll to hit. What's
Totally.
its? Does it have an AC?
13.
13. Okay.
This
I'm
just-
totally gonna miss it. This is
Just have
why.
my wand out. like,
Regardless,
pointed
after
at it,
being
just
told
kinda-
no, if she doesn't kill it, I'll on something
I'm
else.
standing
Don't
and watching the
miss it.
show.
Oh, that's
Nice.
that's a 20. Okay, good.
20. Yeah, you guiding bolt this thing, and it just. What does it look like as you?
So
Do anything specific or?
yeah, she knocks back an arrow because I just imagine this as a glowing silver bow and arrow. She'll look over at Leon again, remember that, and then let the arrow fly.
Damn.
And this arrow flies and hits this fungal zombie, and the whole thing bursts up in for a split second in like this radiant flame as it loses all of its form and just
That all happened in like 10 seconds.
She will switch to undercommon. And just what do you think you're doing?
Exactly.
You're freaking out our new guest.
Correct. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm just I'm trying to meet the energy.
Yeah. Barkuell, I think, understands that, and it's gonna probably just be like, oh. You better.
What? Alessandro, literally doing this is, at this point in time, just kind of looks. Just like kind of just like looks over the orc like.
The orc still has his weapon out, and the wolf is still in like an aggressive posture.
Let's go. Let's just go.
And you see the orc point his glaive in the direction you guys are traveling,
Yeah.
and he barks like in
literally get up
order.
and start shepherding Gurkle. I'm like, let's go. Let's whatever the hell your fucking name is. Go. Thank you, Leonore. Thank you. And I
Roll
literally have my shoulders. I march.
Everyone roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Everyone's babysitting me.
Yeah.
15,
hot
17.
8.
That's 16.
20.
20. Okay, anyone who got above 15. As you guys are walking away, the orc dismounts his wolf and slowly approaches the remains of this creature and is like poking at it from a distance. And then he walks back to his orc or to his wolf, thank you, and takes something out, and you actually see him light a flame and set like this mound on fire as this happens. And he waits for like a little bit before he starts to like kick dirt over the fire and smolders it, and then he mounts his wolf again and starts to trail behind you guys once again.
Is there like a religion or history check or anything like that?
I'll let you roll a religion check.
Oh, I don't have it checked.
I mean, I'll still let you roll it.
6.
6? You're not sure what the significance of that was?
Didn't like my friend.
Yeah. I'll let you guys roll checks.
Usually
I just
people
don't
like
want
my
people to be like jumping in to everyone roll on
Yeah.
the same check kind of thing. I can't remember the term for that, but I want to try and avoid that.
Cool.
Yeah, just dogpiling a check.
Disciplines Burkle.
This solidifies more and more into how much of a vegetarian Leon's gonna be. I'm never gonna eat meat again. All forms of it is bad. After it dies, before it dies.
Let me ask you, Burkle. I say in deep speech, since it's the one I can talk to you in. Was it common where you're from to reuse dead bodies?
Avila.
Yes.
Yeah.
How? Like you do? With mushrooms?
No.
I love how sullen you are right now.
It's okay, Barkuell. It's just most
No, it's not okay.
You can't tell what I'm saying.
I react.
No.
No, I
How?
I'm
would
not
you know
gonna say-
exactly the precise place
No,
to interject?
if you shut up and let me say something. I hear you talking to him, and I'm just like essentially going, don't encourage him. No, he's in trouble right now. You can ask questions
He's in
later.
timeout.
That's kind of more what I was going for. Because I know you're inquisitive. I know you.
I'm gonna speak to
Yeah,
Barkuell
I don't know
in
exactly what you're
Undercommon.
saying.
I'm gonna speak to
And I
Barkuell in
should've told you to shut
Undercommon.
up,
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
all we're saying,
Fine.
Barkuell,
My
is just,
gamer
there's a
kid.
time and place for everything. Just like summoning,
let's stick with
reanimating the deer that the orc killed, or like the wolf killed. That's probably not a good idea.
They just have different hunting customs than you do.
I try. I try very hard.
Damn right.
We
There's so many dead things wasted.
The bugs are okay.
Not the same.
What-
So what's in here?
Their brain?
Oh, do you know Undercommon too? It's the cycle
I
of
do.
life,
Oh,
though.
cool. Yeah.
Death, decomposition, rebirth, but not premature. Rebirth.
Barkuell, actually, when you
natural.
say that, the cycle of life and death, the sadness goes away. And like the eyes get all dilated.
What's he doing?
It's just like it
The
is.
cycle of life and death.
Yes.
But when you are gone, there's nothing. This is another life. This is to live again.
Dang,
This
you got
is-
a good point there.
It's not another chance for the thing that is gone. It is what can be done with what there was.
Fascinating.
Damn.
And I write this philosophy in my book.
Tara will really appreciate this conversation.
That's surprisingly deep.
So you guys continue on your trek westward, and the fields kind of give way into more of a wooded area. But it's still like just grassy meadows with these trees kind of like looming over the area. And what did you roll, a 2?
For what? Oh, yeah.
D6 for this today?
It was a 2.
You guys continue on your way, and eventually the sun starts to drop down past the mountain range again, and you get to a point where you're thinking about stopping and taking camp for the night. You eventually come to a spot where there's this large rock outcropping kind of in the middle of a ring of trees almost, and you actually see the remains of an old fireplace, just in the middle of this. It's kind of like almost like a cul-de-sac of this rock, a rock that kind of reaches around, and like right in the middle is a very old, like I said, old remains of a fireplace that.
Any ash in there? Or is it just obviously super old and no one's used it?
I'll let you roll a survival check.
How big is the fire pit?
I poke it with a stick. And
It's not big, it looks like a
I poke
standard-
the exact right thing, because that's a 20.
It's like a standard size little fire spot. Like just some campers came through and set up a little fire pit, spent the night, and then left on their way.
It was a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
You can tell it's probably been several months since this fireplace has been used.
Okay. Interesting, but I don't relay it.
Someone camped here before. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, probably I just had to say it, character. Probably like a month or 2, maybe 3. It's been a while.
I mean, I don't see why we can't stay here. It seems like a comfortable spot.
Yeah, why
Obviously,
not?
people have used it before.
It is about the time for you guys to stop and make camp.
Is it pretty much open sky up right above this thing then?
There are right above this. It seems it's like open sky, but there are like wooded areas
It's not
around
like an
it.
isolated hill.
No, it's
by
not like an
itself.
isolated hill.
Okay.
There are trees around you guys, and you can't see probably more than like 60, 70 feet in any direction because of trees.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I will make a fire.
Make a fire. Cat, roll a survival check. Make a fire.
Oh boy. Well, other side of 4.
4. You're sitting
so
there.
here's what I do. Can I fail it myself?
Yeah, go ahead and describe how you fail making
I
this fire.
find some pretty big, hefty branches, and I just stack them all haphazardly, and I'm sitting there with prestidigitation trying to make it light with the fire from it, and I'm just like, why doesn't this work? And I'm like looking at my book while I do it, and I'm like,
with some
And
of
so
your
I'm
guys'
way more
passive
concerned
perceptions,
about-
the orc is kind of just like chuckling to himself from a little bit afar watching this.
Okay. That being said, because I noticed this. Can I roll a stealth? This is weird. Can I roll a stealth check to try to firebolt? Like if I can walk up and be next to him and try to firebolt it and make it seem like he all of a sudden got this just massive fire going,
I like this.
or a sleight of hand, or
do it
Yeah,
versus my
I would say
no. I'm trying to help you and fool the orc into thinking that you actually made
roll.
a fire.
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay,
That's cool. I like that.
Let me pull that
that
up.
is smart.
Yeah, only I laugh at you.
Can't you?
Oh my god, I get the joy of the laugh.
Sleight of hand, that'd be a 25.
25. Holy shit!
Plus 9.
Damn. Describe how you start this fire.
So I'm gonna come over there and be like, Yeros, are you okay? You seem to be. Normally you're so good at this. I'm making like doing Alessandro thing, a big deal of this, and I'm just kind of come down and be like,
Information changes.
Information changes. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And I kind of lean down and like as I go to like get down on my knees, you all know I don't know shit about camping, survival. I don't do this. This is not my forte. I kind of lean down, and as I lean down, I just kind of words insert English here. Flick my hand in the fire, like as like I'm kind of like trying to like the sleight of hand is like I flick my hand and shoot the bolt into the flame, like the where the flame should be, as I like set my hand on the ground to like get low, and then it just. I mean, it's a 2d8 worth of damage spell, so it gets really big.
Oh yeah,
really fast.
This fire kind of just all of a sudden out of nowhere, and kind of singes your feathers and a little bit.
The fringe feathers have been a little cooked.
See, you were just a little out of practice, my man.
Kira, we're not trying to
My man,
start
bird.
a signal
My main
fire.
And I'm just blinking. It's like,
That was absolutely incredible.
right. Yes. It was. I'm still not convinced that I made it work, but I'm like, that was interesting. I have no clue what just happened.
And I'm now sitting by the fire, enjoying the nice warm
great.
flames.
As you sit down,
Right, I'm so cold.
as you sit down next to the fire, possibly up against the stone, you feel the stone vibrate behind you.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I scream. I leap to my freaking feet.
And as you do that, the rest of you see him leap to his feet in a comical Disney kind of fashion, and behind him a stone just kind of it jitters. And then it kind of lifts up a little bit, and as it does, you kind of see this little, not so much a little, but this stone face kind of roll out of the ground
Like big?
of the on this boulder, and you kind of, and it's got this like big bulbous nose on it, and two little like pudgy arms come out of it, and it probably only stands like 5 feet tall, and it's just like a boulder with a face with like two little arms on the side, and it looks in your Alessandro's direction, and it's kind of just like roll initiative.
Hilarious shit, dude.
Oh.
I can't take
You had to go and sit on the rock guy.
I had to go sit in a fucking rock. I had to sit on a rock, and even that's alive in this cursed place. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it looks like it's attacking us, so.
I was this close to trying to talk with it, but I don't think it has a language.
God damn.
Can you speak raw?
Let me
No,
just
it's
step
just
up this.
with my mind-bending thing, I can talk to anything that
I'm
can
glad I had the
understand
knowledge to
language.
the forethought to get away from it. Last time I used the rock biting my ass. That's my moneymaker if the story's not going well, you know?
Your money maker?
He's quite proud of his derriere.
Oh.
It is a good derriere.
I don't get it.
I know a couple of taverns you could work at.
Probably also knows said taverns. I'm welcome.
See, I also need to
He's the late night act.
Oh,
Late
When
night
all
act.
the drunks have gone home.
Like Adult Swim, but for taverns.
like when they're closing?
Let me tell you about the
essentially.
rock. High quality content.
Oh, god damn.
Give me just one moment
I'm
to
actually,
set this.
that came out really rude.
Does it look like a
I didn't mean that.
GDB real here?
Just kidding, I'm taking it back.
Don't hurt me. It is so weird to play a high intelligence, super low wisdom character. It's the weirdest freaking thing.
Okay, I'm pulling you guys in. I copied these tokens over from the last session you guys were in Myriad, so you're probably going to have to fix all of your healths if you use the health bars in there. But yeah, wait.
Nah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I'm inside a log as usual.
I'm sorry.
That is a stone owl bear. I love it.
That's not.
I love your AI generated images. They're cool. The tree, I have to admit, you did sprig and dirty.
This is not.
Oh, boy,
This is not a AI generated. That is actually a D&D official art.
A lot of his monsters in Myriad, he used like an AI art generator.
Yeah, I did use some AI art to
His
generate a
spriggan
lot
was
of the monsters.
horrifying.
I seem to remember a dark tree, but
Yeah,
not much else. This looks a lot like a game, actually.
It's called D&D.
God damn it.
Okay, anyone get above 20?
Nar.
Damn.
No? 15 to 20?
Nar.
I got a 17.
17? Let me roll this creature.
Oh, I got a 15. Sorry. I'm a dumb.
You're not dumb.
Oh, thank you.
You're highly dumb.
Thank you.
No.
See, it doesn't make a difference.
Not dumb.
She's imperturbable.
It's true.
Dude, like, you're whipping out a lot of big words lately.
Yeah, I can't.
I like it. I have to look a lot of things up in the dictionary, but
I'll learn you.
I'll learn you.
Oh,
problem is I
Barkuell.
can't pronounce these fucking words that you say.
Let's see what you rolled.
Oh, that was dice.
You rolled.
Look it up.
Poorly.
It's a real word.
A 3.
Miles, you
I
could
just make
you
up
could
words.
say just
I
about
know,
anything,
that's-
and I would believe you.
Inscribblistable.
Inscribblistable.
Listable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
That's a GRE
you know what's a really good word?
I see you, Phil.
Conversate is a great word.
Okay, sorry. So,
Conversate, that's right.
Akrius, then Leonore, and then who got 10 to 15?
10.
I got
10?
10. Also,
10?
my dex.
What are your
is-
guys' dexes?
It's 12
Plus 1.
plus 1 as well.
13 is my score.
Okay, you win.
And then I'm guessing
Look at Leon.
I rolled a 7.
7. What'd you get, Alessandro?
9.
Why are you
9?
looking at me? You make a point.
Every time that noise comes out immediately, it's like, oh,
Okay,
shit.
want to put on some fight music?
It's supposed to be playing, but it's not.
Uh-oh.
Bing bong. Battle time.
It's super quiet.
Fuck your life!
Fuck your life.
The rock's gonna eat you. Base.
Sat on a rock and
Okay,
started a fight.
Akrius, you're up.
Hopefully I didn't attack
You
it.
see this rock
did.
come out, and it just
You did 5 damage.
yells
That's impressive.
at
Wow.
Akrius. It's your turn. This rock just kind of comes out of the earth, and it just yells at Alessandro in this kind of like aggressive tone. And I mean, it hasn't made a move yet, but you're not sure really what to make of it. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna not pull out my sword just yet, but I'm going to hold an action to fire Eldritch Blast, and the trigger will be if the creature attacks. And I'm gonna basically yell back, "Step back, everybody! We don't know. We can't make a move until it makes a move." And then I'll step back 5, 10, 15 feet.
Okay. And really quick, just for a heads up, I made this orc and the dire wolf with a red circle around it. It's not actually an enemy towards you guys.
Surprise!
I should have made
But it's
one
not
with the
our
yellow.
friend either. Surprise, Shorty!
Technically, true.
He's
Uh,
neutral.
Okay, Lenore, you're up.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, you get a bless, and you get a bless, and you get a bless.
There's a condition I can do.
Yay!
Lenore Winfrey.
That's a +4.
Yeah, a +4 to attack rolls and saving. Why am I so bad at this today? Saving throws.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
At least you didn't piss off a rock with your butt.
Right.
That's true. I didn't awaken any primordials
D4 or
with my
D6?
ass.
Is it a D4?
That's
Yeah, it's a D4. And then I'm
Some
going
cultures,
to
that's
back up, go get them.
Go get him, boy.
how do I fight a rock?
So now it's Alessandro, Leon, and the Kenku standing there in a comical line,
Comical?
looking at his boulder face.
Okay, as you do that, it is the rock's turn, and it kind of just like
What's he cooking?
it's kind of just looking like this at Alessandro, and then it looks at everybody, and it just kind of like, It brings up a hand and puts it on another rock, and that rock, and you see it like,
I can count.
and it just goes, and the other rock just, and you see a second one come out of the ground and just go,
Awesome.
Great. Everything is going so well.
So we gonna do anything? It's gonna summon its rock
This is
friend.
a political battle.
Yeah.
Political?
This is a turf war. We sat on their heads.
Just apologize, and everything will be fine.
I might literally be able to do that.
What? Okay.
Need I remind you, Leon? You hear it deep in the recesses of your mind.
and they both step forward. One of them attacking Leon.
No!
Sorry, bud.
Oh, poor guy.
Okay, I'll wait. And then my hold action goes
Does
on.
an 18 hit you?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does. All right.
He's already getting ready to do scepter.
12 points of damage as it just like walks up and just boom right in the stomach.
As soon
you
as
get
as soon as I see that,
Oh, you have a
yeah,
okay.
my hold action goes off and 2 bolts of energy go out.
Okay, roll the hit, I believe.
You get
I'm just not.
I don't
rolling
have
today.
that yet.
I guess
What did you do? Eldritch Blast?
That's a 10 to hit.
Are you doing Eldritch Blast? Does that roll the hit or does that hit automatically?
No,
You have to
rolls
roll.
it. I wish it hit on.
Okay.
that'd be
Okay,
insane.
that one, so you shoot this first one off, it goes, it just like ricochets off of this creature.
Second
Hold
one.
on 1 second, I'll get you.
11.
11. The same thing, it hits and ricochets off the other direction. What are you doing? What do you say?
I'm using Uncanny Dodge. I can use my reaction to have the attack damage against me.
Have it?
Yeah.
Okay, what did I say?
12.
12, so 6 points of damage. Right on. Hell yeah. And then the other one's going to attack Alessandro. With a nat 1, it comes walking over and does, and it trips over a rock and right onto its face. And then it takes half of its movement to like stumble back up and it just looks at you and is like,
You're just gonna get
and a little bit of dirt just falls out of its nostrils.
I don't even want to fight him now.
It's my favorite monster.
It's not allowed to go.
It's my favorite.
Bro.
It is Lenore's turn.
Good God.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry. It's Barkuell's turn, and then it's Yeros' turn.
All right, both rock brothers need to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm gonna move a little bit closer. Why can't I move?
Mariok and Luigiode?
Why can't I
Hey,
move?
pretty good. Pretty
Oh,
good.
it's because I have to select
Constitution
my
saving
Marchio and
throw.
Labrigio.
Gotta click the arrow. There you go.
I'm gonna go right
Marachio.
there.
Luigiode.
Leon, you took
Okay.
damage?
Yeah.
I got a 21 for both of them.
Jesus. Okay, so you take half of this necrotic damage, and Leon, you heal 2 hit dice.
Yay! Well,
So
what kind of hit
all
dice?
of this necrotic spores leap off of my body and kind of bounce around the ground and just go spraying over both of the rock dudes, kind of seeping into their porous shells if they have such a thing, and they start just kind of burning their way inside of it, at least as far as it can. But then as soon as it does that, the damage it does then releases from their bodies and goes to Leon and starts healing him.
Aw.
So what kind of damage is this?
Necrotic.
It's necrotic damage.
That's pretty cool.
I healed 2 hit dice.
And that's still 8 necrotic damage divided in half.
It's divided in half?
Well, they made the save, so instead of taking 17.
Oh,
they
okay,
take
so
8.
they take 4 points of damage?
No, they take 8 instead of 17. Or sorry, 18.
Oh, so you already, okay.
Or, can I math?
8 instead of 16.
That one. Thank you.
You rolled
And then you heal
2
2 hit dice, plus 4.
Plus 4, God. Wow, that definitely, well, I don't even need to do math for this. It brings me up. I'm all the way up.
That's called
Okay.
Wither and Bloom.
Your bruises from the hit just.
Anything else you're doing?
Nope, suck the life from him and give it to Leon.
Okay, Yeros, you're up. Alessandro, you're on deck.
What would you consider if one was to talk during a turn? Would that be like a bonus action?
I'd call it like it depends
not
on
an
how much
action.
talking you're gonna do, but usually I'd call it a free action.
A free action?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Like if you're gonna sit and have a discussion,
no,
it's
with
gonna
my,
take a
with
turn.
my awakened mind, I try to reach into one of the Boulder brothers' brain, maybe, and try to basically say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry we sat on you, but we don't want to fight." That's what I try to yell into its brain hole space.
Brain hole space.
But while I do that, I will cast Hex.
I don't want to fight, bro. You suck.
I want to fight, bro. When you keep this up, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad, bro.
It's gonna be bad, bro.
I'm trying to find that one. So, yeah, essentially. Oh, there's no. Oh, there it is. I found the thing. Okay, so the first one is hexed,
Okay.
and I will curse its ability. What would I want it to?
Con.
Probably, yeah.
If you say that, I'll do that ability again, and it will shred.
I'll gimp its constitution.
Sorry, I should have said
Okay.
That'll take. That's my action to cast that spell. As this creepy whispering falls over one of the boulders. You see a vague sort of halo type thing.
Do you kind of tell us like kind of what you're doing with that hex?
Yeah,
I've seen you do it a few
literally
times,
do
but-
it in like it's like a full thing. You know what I almost imagine on Showdown? Where
Yeah,
he like does the
Yeah.
Yeah.
then I'm
The
like,
banishment.
Yeah.
his fortitude is weakened, and you've heard me say that before
Ah, okay.
because I have
And I'm
my
like-
cute little catchphrases. Hero
Cute
writes them down
catchphrases.
in the book and
Yeah.
tries them out and bow.
Okay.
And so you know that means I hit his constitution.
Oh, I feel you.
And then I quickly remember that you don't speak.
Okay. Is that anything else you're doing?
I'll maybe move. Yeah, I'm gonna move away for probably a good 15 feet straight back. Let me. Oh, here we go. So I can move. And I'm done. That's my turn.
Okay. Alessandro, you're up. Leon, you're on deck.
Okay, so point of
Just realized-
clarification.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thunderwave generates in a 15-foot.
I have to just. I just realized that Hex is a bonus action, so I still have an action left.
Okay. What are you doing?
A longer conversation. Now I'm switching to the other boulder, and I basically am like, "Can you tell your friend to calm down? Seriously, we don't mean any harm. Hey man, like I really apologize. We're just trying to get through the forest. Didn't mean to sit on you. I'm sorry, man.
That's all they respond with. Alessandro, what are you
Okay,
doing?
they're enemies.
Just making sure Thunderwave is a 15 square foot,
Verified.
but it's like 15 feet square in front of me. It's
Yes.
not around me.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I cast Thunderwave. But emboldened Alessandro, obviously, who just screamed like a little bitch. Feels more emboldened by watching this guy roll forward on me and just kind of goes back at it, and I just clap my hands and just send this thunder wave in front of me. They got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
15 yeah.
The boy got
One
some
of them
disadvantage.
has. Well,
Not
yeah,
not the one he hit. Doesn't.
I
have
hit both of
disadvantage.
them.
Checks.
Right?
Yeah, so one of them just has
Works
disadvantage on that
saving throws,
check.
right?
I have no idea.
I don't see how you can hit both of them.
Because doesn't it go to my left and right and then forward?
Which way are you doing it?
I was
How does that
basic.
work? Thunderclap? What's it called?
Like, 'cause my thought process is if I'm looking at like this and I go
So it goes to
wham,
grapple.
that's
Is it
square.
a 15-foot cone?
Yeah.
Is
It's
it
a 15-foot square directly in front of you.
Oh, okay. So it would hit just the one in front of me. It's not
No,
like.
if you reposition.
Sorry, Leon.
Yeah, if you literally go right there.
No, still won't hit.
Because you could half step in the middle of that square,
Can I?
and you could angle it.
Sorry, it gets a little weird with.
Oh, hold down Alt, and you can partially move your character.
So I can go right there. There we go.
Yeah, and then if you
So then I'll
angled
use my
it-
bonus. I'll use my whatever the rogue's bonus action is to avoid getting The opportunity attack.
Okay, it's a little bit iffy, but I'll allow it.
Haha. Now,
Okay, so first one failed. Second
15
one.
foot square is enormous. You got that.
Yeah, that's surprisingly massive.
Oh, this one has disadvantage.
Yeah, you literally can grab them buggies. Sexy.
So it's a 17 and
Go get him,
a
Alikaka.
16. So 16 lowest for the second one. That's
16 lowest, they both made it.
they both made it.
Yeah, so they take.
No. Sorry, the 17 and 16 was both for the hexed one. So 16 lowest for the hexed
Yeah,
one.
that one made it.
Okay, the other one failed.
Oh, the other one failed. So the other one takes. So the one that made it takes. I got a 15, so is that 7 or 8 points of damage? Whatever half of 15 is.
15. That would be 7.
7. And stays stationary, and the one that failed takes 15 and gets pushed 10 feet away from me.
Nice.
And then I just feel like this is important. There is a
Looking at him.
audible boom out to 300 feet.
That's fucked.
Just
Okay.
for your awareness.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's loud. Boom.
You realize you've sat on them, and now you've clapped them.
Damn, dude.
Clap.
And then I'm going to reposition a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm not going away from the group.
Did one of them not make it? Or did they both make it?
How are you getting to that
Ooh,
spot?
I like
No,
that
I
line.
don't know what I was doing.
I'm
so
gonna make use of that.
can I move through my people?
You can at half speed.
5,
Just can't be there?
10.
Well,
Can you say I can get on the other side of Leonore, or do you want me to stay right here? That's 5'10". She's like the weird half speed.
Lenore.
I'll stay there.
Okay.
Fine.
help me!
Okay.
Confidently getting behind you.
Confidently.
Confident. I know where
Akrius,
I'm
you're
going.
up. Lenore, you're on deck.
Oh, is it a...
Okay. I'm gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Leon.
Okay.
Thank you. And then Akrius.
I just got pimp slapped yet again, so I am not going to take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll a Constitution saving throw. I'm not kidding.
Bitch,
I'm joking. I'm joking. Go.
Let's
I'm joking. You're actually dead.
Straight to
roll
it.
an embarrassment check. Okay.
Me?
I'm gonna
17.
limit.
I'm not embarrassed.
You rolled
Go.
so well. Let me know if it's okay to do this. I want to do insightful fighting first as a bonus action,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack.
Does that make a check?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, deception check.
You make deception, it makes. No, I'm wrong.
Contested by the target's deception check. Yeah, I can make a
Deception,
wisdom
wisdom based or intelligence based?
Deception's
Deception
charisma.
is charisma.
I can make
Oh, it's
an
charisma
insight
based?
check against
Yeah, you
creatures
have to
that I
make
can
the
see.
insight versus their deception.
Go ahead and make your insight, bud.
16.
You fail.
Really?
Yeah. I rolled a 19.
Oh, God,
Plus
you
0.
son of a bitch.
I know, I'm just like, yes.
He's stone cold.
Okay, you know what? I'm still
Stone
going to
cold.
attack
It's
it.
hard to get inside out
I'm
of.
still going to
Which
rock
one?
that.
Actually, hold on. Which one are you doing?
Ew, what if they had
This
guts,
one,
though?
right? Or
Experiment time.
the,
Gravel.
The injured one and then
the
closest to
one
us.
right in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's like a geode, but different.
I learned my lesson, don't worry.
I have my short sword,
I have new plans.
and I'm going to 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
I hope you're.
Is this a magical weapon?
Yeah, it's a +1.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Using my.
7 slashing.
Hey, boo boo. Get him.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Go.
No,
Listen.
okay.
Wait.
I don't know how I'm supposed to cut stone, but I'm doing it.
Oh, you take your sword
It's like a
and you
saw.
just sting, and like a chip of stone just flies off into the grass.
Okay.
When you say chip, do you mean like chip?
Like a chip.
Good work.
Good work.
Like a tiny chip?
Anything else you doing? Or are you done?
It's honest work.
My progress can be measured.
Are you done with your turn?
I want to move away.
Okay, you just took your action to attack though, so
I did.
shall you move?
I will move.
I shall attack.
Wait,
I missed.
Oh, thank God.
You're
5,
a
10.
rogue, goddammit. Use your disengage.
Well, he used his bonus action to
Yeah.
try to do the thing.
Oh.
See, I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Cat, that's the end of your turn.
With the concern.
Cat, Akrius, you're up. Lenore, you're on deck.
Go get him.
So I'm gonna unsheath my saber and do like a little swirl,
Don't roll
and then I throw
Roll a
up.
dexterity check.
You're good, man. You're good.
I put up my nub,
Combat.
and you notice that the way I wrapped it, I left a slight opening
Oh.
where
Okay.
That is
I
disgusting.
put my sword on it and slide it down.
Yeah, I like that at all.
And as I slide down, my blood creates flame.
That's I'm like triggered right now.
That gave me some indies too.
That's like
That's my bonus action for.
that's like getting a paper cut on a paper
What
cut.
the
Man.
fuck?
It's still metal.
And I'm
Barkuell
I'm
throws up.
smiling. This is happening. I take full damage.
Okay. Everything I put you guys through in Myriad, like everything I put you through in Myriad, I felt bad until just now. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's messed
fuck.
up, dude.
And now that my sword's flaming,
bone.
I charge full force. Dude, come on, get in there. What's going
Never
on?
seen him throw it
Broken.
before.
There we go. Right there. And as I come across, I'm gonna make 2 attacks for my action. Each attack lights up. Oh, net 20.
Damn.
I know, right?
For the
Okay.
first attack.
Hey, make sure when you roll, make sure you tell me damage separately.
Okay. So that was the first attack. Second attack.
You just rolled 2 nat 20s.
You're my witness!
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo.
So yeah, the first, it's like really fast, and I like slide on my knees, and the first one hits his legs, and then as I stop the slide, I jump back up to my feet, and then like do a backslash, hitting it perfectly dead in the center of its back.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So the flame that adds a D something of fire damage.
Adds a D6 of fire damage, and I add Hexblade here.
Yeah, it's magical fire damage.
Plus 3 damage for the Hexblade when there's a right on the sword activated.
Okay, so the damage for the blade is doubled. The dice you roll for the fire damage is doubled, but not the plus damage for the hexblade.
Okay.
And then also plus your strength modifier or dexterity, whichever one you use.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
Make sure you tell me these separately, by the way.
That was unexpected.
Well, each attack separately.
Okay. Alright. It's still. Oh, wait. I gotta do this twice, though. So, first attack. Where's my. There it is.
Maths.
Good commands.
Oh yeah, he said it was doubled on the other one, too. So.
Well, I need to know both. I need to know both
Yeah,
damages
I'm-
separately.
I know. I gotta
Okay.
do some math here because it's big. You want the fire damage separate from the.
No, I want both attacks separate.
Okay.
I
So
have to roll a
13
check
plus
for damage.
19 is 32 for the first attack.
Okay.
Jesus.
You just killed me.
So concentration is half the damage or 10, whichever's higher. I believe. Concentration check.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Sounds
That's
familiar.
a 16. Okay. So with that attack, you hear the and you see this other rock creature just turn back into a rock.
The one that I just hit.
No, the secondary one.
Oh, it was a construct. Okay.
It was concentrating on that.
Gotcha.
Nicely done.
I did not know that. I thought it was a whole nother creature.
Is this a medium or large creature? Or?
This is a medium creature.
Okay.
You're on roll 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next attack.
Bonk it. Slap it. Twist it. Twist it.
Another
Bop it.
Bullet.
Oh, he bopping hard.
The exact same. That is so freaking weird. So another 32 points of damage.
Whoa!
How do you want to kill this thing?
Oh my god!
He's chuckling like
I was gonna do some other cool shit too. What's the funny thing? So I guess I won't do that cool shit.
You fucking annihilated this thing.
Yeah. So the first hit slices, and I don't even know it because it's just going. I'm going so fast, and I'm just like my brain is so focused. But it actually, the whole blade goes through his entire leg,
Yeah.
like butter almost. And then when I came back around, same thing, just like butter. And it was really quick, and like people that are in front of it see like this flash of light in the center of it.
And you actually, when he's finished, he's just like in like the end pose,
like this.
and you see in this rock like clear cuts through the rock with a molten stone in like as it like sizzles out, and this thing just falls into 2 parts. Well, 3 parts actually.
This is in
Holy
front of
shit.
that orc too, so I'm kind of
You're
curious
just slack
to
jawed
see
as he witnesses
what
this.
Okay.
his reaction. will
You're
be.
looking over at the
I
orc to see
threw
his
up on the
reaction.
initial cut.
Yeah, I'm not even like, sweating. I'm just like,
Should we do a slow
I do prestidigitation to imitate applause.
The orc standing there, he's got his glaive. He's got his glaive out, but it didn't look like he was like prepared to get into the fight. He was just kind of standing there with his glaive, sitting on the back of his wolf,
Makes it so much better.
just like he was just watching the show. Like you can instantly tell with like the amount of fighting you've done and who's how people react to fighting going on around you. You can tell who's like trying to fight, who's trying to run, and who's just like chilling. This guy was just gonna chill there and watch this fight with you guys. He was not intending to help at all. And as you look at him, he's just like,
just can't get anything more out of these guys.
but my blade is still flaming.
Ooh.
Maybe I will take out. But I can't. I can't do too. Yeah.
Nub, nub, nub.
Do some tricks with it.
You be
I
flaming it?
Roll a dex.
I want to like grab out the meat and chop a piece off and then eat it, but I don't have a hand to do that. So.
sorry, dog.
That's funny.
Sometimes it'd be that way.
Try throwing the sword up in the air, popping.
Anyways,
it.
I do a swirl, and then the fire goes up, kind of like out.
Just like that.
Just a little smoke comes from the sheath.
Oh, that was
That was
wow.
That was pretty fucking epic.
neat.
Damn.
Yeah, that wasn't Jeff. That was actually Alessandro, who's like, like animated as hell. Fuck those
Why
rocks.
couldn't I have done that to the other beast?
Yeah.
You had to go through
You're
the
still
trial
like,
first
he's
to
just
discover
unimpressed.
it.
He's unimpressed with himself.
Or I don't know. It's probably bullshit.
Lucky strikes, I take it.
I think they were skilled.
I feel like you should be confident in yourself. Really allow yourself to feel
pick
the
up a
moment,
piece
feel
of-
some pride.
Piece up a piece of rock with my one hand and. This
First
would be my
trophy.
trophy, I guess. Put it in my bag.
Your bag is weighed down with an extra 15 pounds of rock.
Good strength training, I guess.
I mean, we do have a donkey now.
He's already loaded
That's
up.
Maybe you want to keep your trophy
What
on
kind
you,
of rock
though.
is it? Can I tell? Like, what kind of
Yeah, what kind of rock is it?
material?
Can I help with that?
It's
Tell
it's
us.
just like a gray rock.
Piece of granite.
Like, you know,
Is it?
it's got some brownish in it, and it's got like some little like
The rock type
splats of red
gray.
and little like bits of like kind of metallic-y flakes in it.
All right,
but
chat.
Is
come
it
up with-
sedimentary?
Yeah, it's granite.
Is it
Rock.
igneous?
That sounds
granite.
like
Is it igneous? Is it what?
Whoa,
What?
calm down.
What?
Yo,
Yes.
this ain't your bud. Hey, wrong campaign. This ain't your bug
Granite,
collection.
dude?
Say your bug collection. No, same
All right,
world.
going on here?
enough
Why do you
of the
care
bitch.
so much?
Get a little over
Sorry.
crazy
Okay.
here.
All right. No. Wrong.
Well, I thought that fight was gonna go longer.
Sorry.
Boy, howdy.
Sometimes you roll good, and sometimes you don't.
Don't I know it?
Okay. After this, there's
Go back.
There's nothing much left for you guys but to like start up, like just start to go to sleep and camping, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about.
I'm gonna find an area of ground that's not rock.
Yeah.
So
I'm like kicking around, like trying to dig down a little bit.
You're like worried about where you're gonna sit
Yeah,
down.
like I'm a little paranoid.
So you guys got any anything to say? I had a weird question, specific question, which was, does anybody miss anybody from their life right now? I mean, as Yeros.
Well,
Anybody thinking thoughts about someone else special?
look at you getting all sentimental right now.
Why
My book's not out, by the way.
do you
That's
miss?
kind of why I'm looking at you weird. Usually you're doing this. Anyone missing anybody?
You're not irritated by that, are you?
No, I miss my brothers.
Brothers.
There's more of you.
Not of.
Yes, there's more of you.
Yes, 3 of them. I'm the youngest of 4.
And the translation begins.
We don't produce exact copies, Barkuell.
Okay.
Alright.
What do your brothers do?
They were. We were all in a circus together. That's kind of how
circus, you
I
didn't
learned.
say.
Yes, that's kind of how I learned my
Makes a lot of sense.
moving around and.
Like the trapezes and
Yeah.
You do have some magic
To say.
movement. It seems.
Yeah, but they've all passed on at this point in time, so I miss them a lot.
sorry.
Anyone else?
Seems like me and you are in the same boat, but I never knew my family. I was only a baby when monsters destroyed my family.
Sheesh, bro.
It's the whole reason
Condolences.
why I became a blood hunter.
Wow. I wish I could say the same. Mine was in a terrible circus accident.
I'm sorry.
He's bearing his soul, Leonore.
I'm trying so hard on the
He's burned his soul. Circus accident. They didn't involve bears, did it?
No bears. Okay. Thank God.
You didn't prepare this, did you?
No, this is legit. This is legit. I've been sitting on that for a long time, hoping someone would ask.
Monsters killed them all.
I was not expecting that half of the bit, though. It's so tragic. I'm just like, I don't want to be insulting, but they slept. It was the end of it.
Leon, you got any family?
Well, my pawns?
Your bonds.
My bonds.
Your mortal bonds to this world.
It's kind of. I was born to the oldest of 7 children, and my
Woof.
dad left when I was like 5, so I had to be the man in the family. And I started like just learning how to, steal, just to get by and all that. All like, I was in a desert.
You're pretty far from the desert now.
I know. So, but I can't. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
But
You don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
So are all your siblings still living, or did they also
well,
die tragically?
no.
I was waiting for it.
The 3 of them started just like a little shop. 2 of them actually like decided to be rogues, and they're still in the thievery business.
The thievery business.
It is absolutely
So
a
you
business.
grew up with good eggs, I take it.
I mean, good as you can get.
I mean, let's be honest here. Good is a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
I find it very good
From
when
the
I take a
legal
lot of
side,
gold.
from the legal side, no. But
Eagle schmeagle.
we did what we had to do to survive.
You can relate to
Who
that.
could blame you?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm from a horrible, horrible place called the Shadowfell. You would probably be familiar with the kinds of things you have to do. Luckily, I got my ass out of there. Found myself in this place, and then because of my insatiable curiosity, I went to school. And then
I actually have a question. I'm
then
sorry.
I left school, and now we're here.
You're talking about school, and you're obviously very educated and curious, Yeros, but why does your book when you turn your pages?
What are you talking about?
When your book opens, it like
I have no idea what you're
A
talking about.
better question is, where did you get your book?
Oh, where did I get this? Well, I can answer that. You see, where I went to university for a minute, you know, I was part of this archaeology side of things, right? And they also, truth is, I'm not a very good student at all. I don't like to do homework and all that crap, so I instead sold some of my natural talents to help pay my way through school. You know, like how I can copy stuff really easily. That was the main thing, making copies of books. It wasn't a glamorous living, but there was a book that was discovered on an archaeological dig that was just in pieces, bits and pieces, next to some skeleton. I mean, it's very cryptic. I don't really know much about it, but when I put it together, it changed, and it became this book. Then
Does it do the thing?
I don't know. I'm flipping pages, and look at that. It just keeps going and going. But
Is
it
it
doesn't
doing
get
the
any
thing?
thicker.
When did you start?
But then, you know, I also kind of heard some stuff from this book. I mean, it talks to me. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. But the more I listen to it, and the more information I give it, the more I start to understand about the way things connect. But I think it's differently than most people would think. It doesn't make a lot of logical sense, but these spells, they just sort of flow out from me, and this book and the effort I put into it and cataloging everything I see seems to make things even stronger for me.
In some aspects, I can relate because of my sword.
Like I said, I hate book learning and studying, so being out here and doing stuff, taking action is my preferred way to learn stuff, and I just write it down as I go and try to piece it together. Use my wit as best I can, and whoever is listening, I guess, they help me too.
Wow.
What?
Wow, that's astonishing.
I don't know what I'm really doing with it, but it keeps serving me, and so I'm gonna keep serving it.
Kind of like a mutual.
Yeah, partnership maybe.
hope.
Although it's not very clear, honestly, but I know very clearly that it wants to know about what's going on in real time, and occasionally I find new information in the book about a spell.
It's a similar agreement I have with my Crimson Saber. So I understand.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm like benefiting from this or if I'm trapped. I guess we'll see.
You're still alive and you're kicking ass. I would say you're benefiting.
I mean, I sat there and tried to talk to some rocks right before you absolutely decimated.
You see, you have to get into their language though, Yeros. There's none of
I was
this
trying.
intellect. But the thing is, it's like. Was that what you were saying in their minds, or were you like doing like your sassy
no,
bullshit
no.
that you always put into mind?
Well, I mean, I was being firm.
It's being firm.
But you caught on to the fact that, you know, I'm not any especially like wise or anything. I've got some smarts, but mostly my weird personality. But but like that obvious thing of like, yeah, that thing's gotta be stupid. I'd be like, I don't know, I'm just talking to it. Just want to know what's inside its brain.
Oh, it's in his backpack now. Ask him.
No, it's not alive. I think that's just rock.
I pull the rock out and I look at Barkuell.
I look at the orc because I'm debating like bringing it back to life, and I'm just like,
The orc is just like sitting and actually, the orc is like sitting against a log, and you see the wolf kind of eating at a corpse some animal that it had caught, and the orc is sitting there with his blade out, and he actually has his rag, and he's like, it looks like he's like oiling the blade and stuff like that, and he's not even paying attention to you guys. He's not even part of the campfire or anything like that. He's just off on his own. He's a lone wolf.
Well, I just wanted to show that I wasn't just trying to collect. You know, like I can have discussions too without that thing constantly in my mind, like it usually is. Just want to have a normal chat for once.
Okay. Well, thank you for divulging. It's fascinating.
Okay, good night.
There's a log right over there.
And on
Hey,
that
there's only
note,
room enough for one in that log. I'm in
On
that.
the log.
Oh, hey, come on.
on that note, everyone, unless anyone else wanted to say something specific, everyone kind of takes that key to make their way to their own beds and settle in for the night. And actually, we're gonna end the episode for today. So,
Why we
wow,
started clapping.
it's first time. It's really
Second
good.
time in
Really
this
good roleplay at the
campaign
end
that
there.
we've rolled 2 20s
In a row.
for a roll.
Yeah, that was wild.
Somebody rolled 2 20s on a advantage or disadvantage
No, I
or
rolled it
something.
on the white.
I think it was some
White and
skill
black
checks
dice.
earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Back,
You what?
yeah, I remember doing something like that. Right?
I needed that from all the
I
other
think you
battles.
did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
you did.
that came
Every once in a while, you just need a time where you kick fucking ass. Feels good. Anyways, thank you for watching and being a part of this awesome podcast we're doing. If you guys like this, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below. We'll answer questions and stuff. What? Go ahead and say something.
Hit the bell icon.
Hit that bell button.
Camera's right
Fucking
there. Hit the.
I want you to
Yeah,
nat
you
20 smash that bell icon, alright?
That's gonna get expensive.
Okay, maybe not. But anyways, thank you very much. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Dungeon Boys!
I hate it so much.